Brand new season. It is now season 20 of the show, and I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully, everybody is having a great day, great evening, depending on where you are. Where I'm at, it's obviously morning, it's Saturday morning, and for most of my local audience, it's definitely Friday over where you are, Friday evening, early Friday evening. So, hopefully, you're getting a nice little kickstart to the weekend, of course, like I am myself. Anyway, what is going on? Welcome to season 20. Yesterday was the very first episode of season 20. Where we kicked it off with an episode about the Nintendo Switch. That seems to be the biggest thing, the big talk of the town right now. What's crazy is nobody's talking about the TikTok ban at all. No one has mentioned much about it. And I think people don't really give a shit anymore, whether it goes or not. But just remember, about a couple of months ago, everyone was in a panic. People were locking themselves in the rooms. People had TikTok withdrawal. People tried to think they could get over on it. See, exactly. Skinless chicken nuggets. What's going on? I love the name. Yeah, see, nobody's talking about it. He's like, this person's like, what are you talking about? You guys forgot that, remember, January 19th was when TikTok was supposed to get banned. And then President Trump made a 75-day extension. Well, that extension is up. And this Saturday, depending on where you are, it's Saturday here. There's supposed to be a TikTok ban, but I'm in Korea. It's a different story. But in the U.S., it's supposed to be banned. But see, like nobody knows what's going on. Nobody's been talking about it because it's just nobody's really building that fear anymore. Right now, the biggest talk, it's been about over 75 days already. It went by that fast. Right now, the biggest talk is Nintendo. Nintendo. Everyone has been talking about Nintendo these past few days. And everything else, like the TikTok ban, has kind of fell into obscurity. But I think a deal has already been made already. And I think they... hey, Evie, what's going on? Welcome to the show. I think they have made small mentions of it, but not like how they did back in January, where everything was TikTok ban. Everybody was making these videos on how to save your TikTok and use a VPN and all that, only for TikTok to be shut down for just 12 hours. It came right back after 12 hours, threw everybody off, but it came back a little bit different than before, and people kind of noticed it the first few days, and they just kind of went along with it, and then that was it. And Skinless Chicken, you said you don't like Nintendo. A lot of people don't like Nintendo right now because of their price. So I had an episode produced yesterday. I had some people on there, and we were talking about the price of the new Switch. The new Switch is... Gotcha. That's interesting. All right, I gotcha. I seen that. Everybody was talking about the price, right? Nintendo has always been a cheap alternative to, hey Anna, what's going on? Good morning and a good evening to you over there. Happy Friday to you over there. People were going crazy over the price of the Switch, right? The Switch 2, I'm sorry. Nintendo has always been the cheap alternative. But do you realize the Nintendo Switch 2 is not Nintendo's most expensive console ever? When adjusted for inflation, the most expensive Nintendo console was the original NES going back to 1985. When that console dropped, it was about $150. Adjust for inflation, over $500. That is more expensive than the Nintendo Switch 2, but a lot of people fail to see that. But ever since then, when you compare it to the competition, Nintendo has always been the cheaper alternative. But now people are up in arms and stuff like that over it. And now Nintendo just announced that they're canceling all pre-orders. What they claim is that they're waiting to see what President Trump is going to do with these tariffs from China, because all the Nintendo Switch consoles are mostly made in China. So they cancel all the pre-orders, or put them on hold for now. And we're going to see. It's still coming out on June 5th of this year. It's just the pre-orders are not taken. All right, Skinless Chicken Nugget, you said, will GTA 6 come out on Nintendo? No. Absolutely not. I don't even think the Switch 2 can even run GTA 6, let alone GTA 5. Now, it might be able to run GTA 5. It definitely will have the storage for it, because the internal storage for the Switch 2 is 256 gigs. Now, Rio, you said it's the same thing. Yes and no. When you compare both, they're not... I mean, they're fundamentally the same. They do the same shit, except it's a little bit more powerful. It's a little bit bigger. And just a little bit more powerful, I guess you could say. I did a comparison yesterday of the specs. They are definitely not the same. And yes, I like bigger depending on what it is. Skinless Chicken, you said, I wonder if it would have 007 GoldenEye graphics. No, I don't think so. I think if they ported GTA 5 onto the Switch 2, it will run. It will run just like the PS4 version. They said the power of the Switch 2 is on par with the PS4. The original Switch is on par, maybe slightly more powerful than the PS3. The Switch 2 will be on par with the PS4, so it should be able to run GTA 5 at least. But other than that, yeah, that's been the big talk. So, yeah, so today's a Roundtable episode. We can talk about whatever we want. I mean, we can start off with the Switch, because again, a lot of people are not happy about the Switch 2. And the price. Me personally, I'm going to buy that shit regardless. If it's available where I'm at, first day, first week, I'm going to buy it. But a lot of people are definitely not happy about it. Right now, it's sitting at $450. That's without a game. If you get it with Mario Kart, it's $500, essentially. Yes, Captain James, I am. I will get the Switch too. I'm a gamer. I'm a hardcore gamer. So me personally, the price is not going to bother me at all about it. I mean, my wife got the PS5 the first day. That shit was $500. So I mean, it's not. If I want something, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. So yeah, with Mario, the Switch 2 costs $500. Now check this out. The console itself is the issue, but the game pricing of the games. Mario Kart is $80. The new Mario Kart is $80. So check it. I think right now Switch games are like priced $49, $59. Well, here's the thing. Mario Kart, it's called Mario Kart World. It's supposed to drop the same day as the Switch 2. The game alone is $80. But Nintendo said if you buy the the Mario Kart edition, which is additional $50, you will save $30 on the game if you buy it bundled. But you're still paying more for the console. You're just going to be paying less for the game bundled together. Business, right? So, I mean, people are up in arms about the price of the game. Not to mention that some of the games you buy are not even it won't even be the real game in it. It's just like a key to unlock. Oh, and Nintendo does have deals, Rio. They do have deals. They ain't going to have none right away. Maybe around the holidays, they will. Now, a lot of people are starting to bank on whether or not Nintendo's going to drop their price a little bit. Maybe go from $450 to maybe $400. Appreciated Captain James, of course, executive producer and co-host. So analysts was trying to, bank on the idea. They was like, no, the Switch 2 is going to be, they were predicting the price. And they were like, oh, no, the Switch 2 is going to be like $400. And they were close. When the price dropped, it was like, it's not $400, it's $450. Rio, you said we got to pay the Chinese kids, though. I don't think there's kids making that stuff. Believe it or not, all the consoles, believe it or not, are made in the same place in China by Foxconn. If you guys know who Foxconn is, they literally build every single electronic. They build iPhones, Androids, all in one factory. There is no separate Apple factory or a separate... It's all built in the same company. Foxconn is one of the biggest manufacturers of electronics in the world. They build your laptops, your gaming consoles, everything. Once in a blue, like I know I have a PS2 that was actually made in Japan. It wasn't made in China, it's made in Japan. But most of the consoles coming out are all made in the same place in China or Taiwan or whatever. But I don't think there's kids on the assembly line building in the sweatshop a PS5. I highly don't think so. Yeah, it's got to be rare. It's rare to find a PlayStation made in Japan. Again, I have a PS2 made there. My PS5 was not made there. I don't even think they are producing any more consoles out of Japan. If that's the case, maybe in the Japanese market, but it will cost more if the console is made in Japan than made in China. So right now, why is the Switch costing so much is simply because it's made in China, and that's where Trump is throwing his biggest tariff tax is on China. So that means anything from toasters, microwaves, blankets, whatever is coming from China on a ship will be tariffed. And of course, the cost will be passed to you. That's what we were talking about last night on the episode of the Switch. But other than that, I haven't heard from you guys in a while. So let me ask you guys back in Clarksville, because I saw the picture of the Circle K on Tiny Town. That shit got fucked up. How bad is the weather out there in Clarksville? Because I've been following up on it, and it's looking crazy out there. You said let someone else do the work and rob them of the new Switch. Yeah, sure. Let somebody else do the work. Why not? How is it out there in Clarksville? I heard it's pretty screwed up out there. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems like the past few years, even like up to the point where I left, Clarksville's weather has gotten crazy worse. Okay, you said it's just raining a lot. Yo, I'm pretty sure there's an unconfirmed tornado that touched down in Clarksville because that damage I saw in Circle K on Tiny Town, I've never seen that. It literally like ripped up, like where the gas pumps are. It literally almost ripped that whole shit off. And I was like, whoa, that was, that's my gas station I go to every day or whenever I needed gas, and the shit was like fucked up. That was from people trying to get toilet paper. Please don't give people that idea, because Americans, we're stupid when it comes to panic buying. I don't know why. We're the only country that goes out and panic buy for little dumb shit like during the pandemic, toilet paper and pizzas, frozen pizzas. Please, why not like bread, eggs? But no, frozen pizza, you gotta have it. Stupid shit. But yeah, Clarksville I heard got pretty fucked up, and it's just nothing but rain. Have they still had you guys like go to work on time, or have they been like consider giving you guys late calls because of the weather, to kind of navigate the weather a little bit, or they just been like, nah, still got to come in for PT? Because I would have been like, I don't know, because some places in Clarksville you got to swim for what I've seen. So those low-lying areas in Clarksville floods really, really easy. So I can't imagine. Yeah, 5:30. Damn, they don't give no fuck. Hell or high water, quite literally, you better show up to work. No matter what. They don't give no fucks, huh? You guys just got to be safe out there, because Clarksville's getting worse, man. The population's getting crazier. The weather's getting crazier. It's like, Clarksville wasn't that bad when I first moved out there, but boy, in the past 3 years, that shit was just... Clarksville just lost its damn mind with me. Out of control. 5:30. Damn, they ain't giving you guys no fucking breaks. The weather out here has just been, I don't know, it's been a little bit of cool, a little bit of warm, And Chicken Nugget, you said weather is getting hotter. Know what that means, right? No, I'm not quite sure what that means. What does that mean that the weather's getting hotter? Please. I'm intrigued to know what that means. I know in New York City, when as soon as the first day it hits 80 degrees, New York is already losing its fucking mind once it hit 80 degrees. But other than that, out here the weather's getting a little bit warmer. All right, you said the Nissan Altimas are going to start driving crazy again. You know what's funny? Out here there are people driving Nissan Altimas, and they don't drive anywhere as bad as the Nissan Altimas back in the States. Believe it or not. Now, Nissan Altimas, they drive crazy no matter what time of the year it is. It don't matter. Summer, winter, spring, fall, don't matter. Captain James, you probably have an idea who this person is. He goes by a new moniker, so we'll just roll with that. Because why in that name, Skinless Chicken Nugget? I've once seen a dude eat a Skinless Chicken Nugget. It was so gross. He literally peeled off the fried batter off each nugget. Have you seen a Skinless Chicken Nugget? It is barbaric. I'm telling you, if you ordered, just imagine you go to McDonald's, right? And you order a 6-piece nugget and they have no skin on it. Are you eating it? I promise you, you'll take one look at it and you won't eat it. I've seen a dude do this shit, and I swear to God, I was mortified. This dude ate a Skinless Chicken Nugget, and I was just like, ain't no way this man did that. But he actually did it. And I never want to see that again. Absolutely. Never again. All right, anyway. So what are you guys doing this weekend? People, if you're new to the show, I got my executive producers and co-hosts on the show. Skinless Chicken Nugget, Captain James, and Rio 8585 are my executive producers and co-hosts on this show. They don't want to speak yet, but they're talking on the chat, whatever. Okay, you say you're throwing Skinless Chicken Nuggets at homeless people. Like they haven't already suffered enough. Please spare them. Don't throw no fucking Skinless Chicken Nuggets. That is just barbaric. I mean, can you imagine watching a chicken eat a Skinless Chicken Nugget? That is crazy in itself. People, if you are out there doing weird shit with food, stop. Especially Skinless Chicken Nuggets, I promise you, and I'm not going to harp on this too much, if you see a Skinless Chicken Nugget, you will never want to eat a chicken nugget again. especially if it's a McDonald's chicken nugget. And we know McDonald's nuggets are delicious, but after you see one skinless, you're probably never going to want to eat one again. All right, so leaving that at that. You said friendly fire. I've seen videos of chickens eating rotisserie chickens. I think that shit is insane. Okay, you said Wendy's nuggets are better. I do have to agree. Sometimes Wendy's nuggets do hit a little better than McDonald's. I will have to agree. I think Burger King has the worst nuggets. In fact, I had some yesterday from this Burger King on post, and it was just awful. I don't even know why I wasted my money. But Wendy's, I think, sometimes has the upper hand when it comes to chicken nuggets. I think we need to do a show on chicken nuggets. I think it's one of those weird cases. But I don't know how much I could talk about chicken nuggets in an hour. And I definitely don't want to spend half of that talking about them skinless. So we'll see how we can make something of that episode happen. You said Burger King is the best. Okay, are we talking nuggets, though? Because if you're out here saying that Burger King's nuggets is the best, you need to get off my show immediately. There's no way Burger King chicken nuggets are the best. Someone once described that Burger King chicken nuggets taste like pit bull nipples. When I first heard someone say that, I lost my mind. First of all, how do you know what pit bull nipples taste like? And number two, that can't be good in any capacity. Skin or no skin, you said that's valid. No, that's not. Listen, I will say Burger King chicken nuggets are not good, but I would not describe them as them tasting like pit bull nipples. I think that's diabolical work. You could have said anything other than that. You could have said, yeah, nonetheless. If you like Burger King nuggets, cool. I'm more of a McDonald's, Wendy's kind of guy, nuggets. But yeah, that's either here or there. All right, folks, what do we got going on this weekend? I know for you guys over there, it's Friday evening. Over here, it's Saturday. We're probably just going to go out and do the usual stuff. What do you guys got planned for this weekend? Oh, and by the way, from the Swingers episode, I got a hold of Peyton. She had to go to the hospital. She had like an emergency or something, which is why she couldn't go on the show. I was so hoping for her to get on the show, but she did get in contact with me a day or two later saying why she was absent from the show. It's all good though. The car is still en route. It's still on the ship in the ocean. That's fucked up, Captain James. No, that's definitely not the case. The car is still en route. We're probably won't see that car until the end of this month, maybe the beginning of May. It's still en route. Damn, Captain J, that's pretty fucked up. Damn, diabolical work. Nah, it's the car is still on its way. It's still gonna take its time. You're in Queens right now? Are you on? I'm not even gonna ask. I was gonna say if you're on leave. Let me borrow your car. Hell no, how you gonna borrow my car? It's in the Pacific Ocean. Hey, you ain't gonna borrow shit. Just no, you're not gonna borrow my car. In Queens. Hey, I like Queens. All right, I like Queens. All right. All right. So this dude is the one out here. Oh no, hell no. You're not going to my parents' house to get my car, man. Hell no. You should have bought the Durango. Matter of fact, you do have the Durango. You better take that shit. Don't touch my car. Because I said so. Oh, you like Queens too. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are brothers, motherfucker, but you ain't gonna sit there and borrow my car. Nah, honestly, I hope they are driving my car. I just honestly hope that my car is not sitting in the driveway, withering away, and I get back, that shit is on 4 flats. I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so fucking mad. I'm like, at least take the car around the block or something. Please don't just leave that shit in the driveway. Would you all right, you said, would I let him borrow my microwave? I don't know. If any time you gotta go borrow someone's microwave, there's something wrong. There's something really, really wrong. No, that depends. I mean, if he was in my building, he was like on the same floor as me, maybe. No, you can't take my car around the block. Shit, leave my damn car alone, man. I just hope, honestly, someone's driving the damn thing. All right, people. So I'm about to make a stop at TD Bank. What are you on, a GTA heist? You gonna rob TD Bank? Anyway, so. What do we got going on? Come on, it's only just 20 minutes into the show. It's the Roundtable. Come on, give me a topic or something to talk about. I could talk about the Switch 2 all day. I dedicated a whole entire episode to the Switch 2 yesterday. So, and you know what I mean? And, you just finished watching Lil Nicky. Ha! God, yo, that's a funny ass movie. You know, we need to do, now that I think about it, we need to do a show on Adam Sandler movies because he has countless fucking hits, and then of course there's movies that didn't quite hit the mark or whatever. But yeah, we need to do a show on. We need to do an episode of Adam Sandler's best and worst movies. Hey, Chicken Nugget, Skinless Nugget, what do you think is the best Adam Sandler movie? I know you're probably gonna say Little Nicky. He said, "There you go, being black." Hey, listen, man. Listen, you're not gonna borrow my car. But what would you guys consider the best Adam Sandler movie? If it was up to me, I would say what's that one movie he did with the kid? No, not Little Nicky. God, that one movie he did with that little kid. I'm drawing the blank. That's got to be one of the funniest Adam Sandler movies, I think. No, there's also Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds is pretty funny. Damn, somebody give me the name of that movie what he did with the kid, when he like adopted the kid or whatever. That shit was pretty fun. I might have to look it up. I hate having to draw a blank on something and then like I need to find the answer for it right away. Let's see. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, come on, give me something to talk about. I got like 40 minutes to kill here, and then I got to still start my day. Captain James, of course, thank you for all the gifts. Much, much appreciated. Let me see. Now I'm sitting here looking this up. I can't believe I drew a blank from this one. That's how I know I'm getting old. I'm forgetting shit. No, not Grown Ups. Although Grown Ups with Big Daddy. There we go. That movie I think is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies for sure. Definitely Big Daddy. That's the name of the movie for sure. All right, solve that mystery. Yeehaw! Look at that. I do have a hat like that. Similar.
That was annoying as fuck.
What's that?
Because I said Big Daddy like 5 times in the chat. Was it not showing up?
It wasn't showing up until now. Now it wrote Big Daddy. Pause. But no, it just now showed up. It just showed up. As a matter of fact, you guys got notifications for this show because you guys jumped on it pretty quick.
Yeah, this time I got one. Yeah.
Okay, I figured as much. I didn't even think to send messages this time. I just kind of just jumped on the show and was ready to go. But apparently, as fast as you guys jumped on the show, that goes to show that you guys got the notification. So that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. I think that's one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
I don't think so.
All right, so
I think Mr. Deeds is probably a good one. That's probably a better one.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds is pretty funny, man. It's pretty funny.
Are we talking like, what's this production called? Madison?
Happy Madison.
Happy Madison. Yeah. Because are we talking just that or like other like serious movies he's kind of in?
Oh, I'm talking about his movies in his whole catalog because he's done serious roles. But I was just talking in his whole catalog, not just Happy Madison movies. As far as his comedies, because he's done serious movies.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. This man's got countless hits, but he's got some misses too. Like the Zohan movie. I wasn't too keen on the Zohan shit he did. Don't mess with the Zohan. I couldn't get into that movie too tough. But
hey, I'm not echoing, am I?
I know I echoed a little bit in the background.
Because that's a soundbar in the background. Let me shut that shit off.
And yes, James, I am paying attention to the comments all the same time. All right. Now, I don't even know if he mentioned Big Daddy that many times. No, it only popped up once. That's what I'm saying. So I'm paying attention, but it only came up once. So what do you want me to do? All right, people, come on, give me something to talk about. We got like almost a half hour. It's a round table. We can talk about whatever. I mean, switch to Adam Sandler, something. Give me something. Give me something to work with.
Favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to? Go.
None.
How about
I can't believe I even sat there and thought about this. What's that?
Best Nintendo game.
Oh, there's too many. If you talk about like IPs, like Mario or Zelda, I'm not a big Zelda fan. Mario, I guess, would be it. You know what I mean? Or Kirby, or shit like that. But I don't know. Best Mario game.
I mean, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. One of my favorite Donkey Kong games was Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. I think has to be one of the best Nintendo games I think I've ever played growing up. We played that shit for hours, and I mean, you didn't have to get any DLCs for it. It was just countless hours of just fun. It was like so many different secrets you had to find, and all this other stuff. And nah, that's like one of my favorite Nintendo games. And then Super Mario World, I think, has to be one of my favorite Super Mario games.
What was that one Mario game on the GameCube? It was you had like a water jetpack or some shit.
Oh, Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, I had that, and I kind of got into it a little bit, but I know it re-released on the Switch. It comes in a three-pack called Super Mario All Stars. It comes with Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Odyssey, or something like that. All three in one. I bought two of them because they were limited edition. So I have one unopened copy, which is going to be worth some money, and then the other copy I bought, I played. So and it only came out with a limited amount of numbers. It's hard to find it depending on where you go, though. But yeah, it was Super Mario Sunshine. I thought that was a very awkward
I
game
haven't even
too.
seen
But
a GameCube laying around anywhere.
there's a couple of gaming antique stores, classic gaming stores. They sell GameCubes are everywhere. They don't let people beat you in the head for the price though. GameCubes are easy to find. I had a platinum edition GameCube because it came in three colors. It came in the purple, right? That was the original. It came in like this orange weird color, and then it came in the platinum like silver color, which was the color I had. I thought that was like the best one. But GameCubes, they're not hard to find. They're not hard to find. In fact, with the Switch 2, right, they gonna have almost the entire GameCube catalog on the Switch 2. So I
What's
think
the
that's gonna
difference
be
with the
pretty.
Switch 2? What is it, just fucking bigger or something?
Oh, there's quite a few. So it's a little bit. It can produce 4K on the TV. Um, Everybody's asking who is Skinless Chicken Nugget. So it can produce 4K on the TV, and undocked, it went from 720p to 1080p. It has 256 gigs of internal memory instead of 32. It's a 7.9-inch screen, so the screen is about an inch and a half bigger than the original. The docking port has a fan to keep the system cool. It can play virtually all of the original Nintendo Switch games and stuff like that. It to me is a difference to it. I mean, it's fundamentally the same as the original Switch, but it's more powerful. So, I mean, but the price, everybody's just like crying about the price. That's the big thing. Everybody's talking about the price. The price of the games are going to be crazy.
Most people are
$80.
broke.
See, I listen. I spent 2 days arguing with nerds online about this fucking system and trying to justify because people sometimes don't understand like the basic economics to everything. First things first. And no, Captain James said, "I'm just in noise." I don't know what the hell that means. I think he's having a little bit too
Oh.
much to sip.
I know what he's trying to say.
What? He's gay? Anyway,
You got it. You nailed it.
Yep, nailed it. Yep, nailed it. So I spent 2 days trying to explain this shit to people, and people were just like, Nintendo's being greedy. Okay, remember when the Switch came out, the original Switch, it came out in March of 2017. People complained how underpowered it was, and how it didn't produce PS4 quality graphics, but people were missing the point of what the Switch was about. It was about versatility. Being able to play at home and play on the go. People are missing the point. Now that people are like, well, it needs to have better graphics. It needs to have a clearer screen. So now when Nintendo listened to this shit and they implement it into the Switch 2, people still complain. Now they're talking about the price. What, you thought the Switch 2 was going to be the same price?
Isn't the Switch like the first console that you can, be portable since the PSP?
Yeah, no, not really. Well, if you remember the Wii U, right? So the Wii U was fundamentally like the experiment. It was the how can you say the prototype of the Switch. But the only difference with the Wii U, because you know how you can play on the tablet as the controller, the only difference was the Wii U, you couldn't take it outside. You had to be within range of the console. This is the first, like the Switch was the first where it was a hybrid. You could play it at home on the dock and you could take it with you and still play it on the go. So, yeah, Watts is right, James. You need to get that checked out. You do have a serious problem. But no, that's the difference. So, I mean, the first portable console, the first portable console was like a handheld, was a Game Boy. Not even a Game Boy. It was something earlier than that.
Wasn't there that little thing with the fucking joystick? Wouldn't that count?
The little thing with the joystick. Are we talking?
Yeah, like it was just a joystick. Like, so it was like a box. Yeah, the joystick, and then it had like the blue, yellow, and white connectors, and then
Oh,
you can play
those.
like Pac-Man and shit off of it.
Are you talking about like Atari and shit like that? Those were home consoles. We're talking like
That can be
portable. Take it
portable.
with you. That wasn't portable. You had to plug it to a TV. We're talking like you don't have to plug it to a TV, like a Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance or Nintendo Switch, shit like that. The PSP was a console in itself, but it was a handheld. You didn't like you couldn't connect it to a TV or anything, but there was like certain places that had like certain wiring where you could play it on a TV and all that other crazy shit. But yeah, man, I spent 2 days trying to tell people like, yo, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the price either. You know what I mean? But things go up, and then you have Trump's tariffs, where now that's playing a role now with the pricing and stuff like that. Hey, Jaden, North Korea is fine. Yeah, that's not where I'm at. And I have not seen. I know your follow-up question is going to be: have I seen Kim Jong Un? No, I have not seen him. But if I see him, I let him know you said hi. But let me ask you something, Jaden. Are you getting the Nintendo Switch 2? I'm surprised you weren't on yesterday's episode, so I'm gonna ask you anyway. How many are you? Any of you? Yeah, you get them mixed up. Is any of you even getting the Switch 2, or does it doesn't really phase you guys? Because I know either way, I'm still
Not
getting
interested.
it. Not interested. Have you seen the way it looked though? Have you seen like the whatchamacallit, the videos and all that shit, Nintendo Direct? All right, Chucho said nope, and Jaden said nope, I got a PlayStation. Maybe I'm just the only one getting it. I mean, look, I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm not a big hardcore Nintendo gamer. I tell you one console I will not buy is Xbox. I refuse to buy an Xbox. And then if you buy me or anybody buys me an Xbox, I'll take it. But coming out of my pocket, not since the incident of 2001, which was a very traumatic incident. And ever since then, I've never bought another Xbox.
Well, what happened in 2001 with Xbox?
Now, this is every time somebody asks me this, everything goes gray around me because it's pretty traumatic. Let's fast forward. Christmas 2001, about 3 months after the towers fell, Christmas time rolled around. Now, the PlayStation 2 was already out, and at the same time, same week, the GameCube and the Xbox came out, all right? Now, I didn't have a PS2 yet, but that Christmas, I got a PS2 and an Xbox, right? Super geeked out, especially for the Xbox. We opened this fucking Xbox, right? And my cousin puts in Halo. He was the last person to play this shit. And do you know, when he put that game in the Xbox, it got the yellow ring. We're talking the old school Xbox here.
Right. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it caught a yellow light, very similar to the red ring of death, right? He puts the shit in there, and the game just stops working. And the crazy part about it is that my aunt threw away the receipt, so we couldn't even take the fucking Xbox back. I was hurt because I barely even played that shit, and I've waited months. I read magazines on it, everything. That shit, I didn't even play music CDs in that motherfucker yet, and that shit broke. And like, I shoveled snow for money or whatever. I wasn't working because I was just a teenager, and I went and bought a GameCube. I never looked back. I never bought another Xbox since then again. And yes, Chris, the old school Xbox was dope for about 2 days, and then that was it. It was hurtful, dude.
How did you read magazines on the Xbox?
No, like Game Informer and all that shit. You buy the magazines and they tell you everything that's coming up at the time. When gaming magazines was big. You know what I mean? That before the internet told you everything, it was like gaming magazines. And all I kept doing was reading about the Xbox. And Chris, you said, oh, the old gaming magazine from Japan. No, I used to read. What magazines was pretty big? It was Game Informer and yeah, it was a few. I know Game Informer was like my favorite magazine. So yeah, I read up on it. I was super excited. And then 2 days later, the shit fucked up. So ever since then, I never bought another Xbox. I said, fuck no. So I stick with PlayStation and Nintendo.
If the PlayStation did that, then you probably would never have a PlayStation.
I was already a PlayStation fan, so it would have been hard to like cut away from PlayStation. I don't know. I think if the PS2 did that, I probably would stick with it. But the Xbox is what hurt the most, man, because everybody I was in high school at the time, and everybody was talking about the fucking Xbox, how realistic it looked. Back then that was like cutting edge graphics, right? And it was the first console to have a hard drive in it, so you were able to like save music on there, save games. It was only just 10 gigs of hard drive space, but back in 2001, that was a lot of space. And the shit broke 2 days later. That shit hurt.
I remember
That shit.
burning Usher CDs and Linkin Park CDs onto it.
Onto the original Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, see what I mean? Like Linkin Park in 2001 with an Xbox was a good time. If your Xbox worked longer than 2 days, that was a good fucking time.
I still have
with a GameCube.
Xbox actually.
It's funny. At my aunt's house, the Xbox. Well, it was my uncle's Xbox. I think the broken one is still there too. I don't even know what was wrong with it. I never took it to get it fixed or anything like that. I didn't have money for shit like that. But
now you do.
I think
you should go get it fixed.
I should go get it fixed. No, you know what? Two consoles I'm out there seeking. I want another PSP and another.
Small penis.
No, I don't want I don't want a pretty small penis. I said a PSP, man. No, a Dreamcast. I'm looking for another Dreamcast, man. We played the fuck out of that Dreamcast.
Keep dreaming. You're not gonna find one.
No, you will. You will. In fact, see, remember again, I said Clarksville had stores. Now, some of the stores would try to beat you in the head with the price. A lot of them were pretty high for what the shit was actually worth. But there was one right there on Tiny Town Road. It's right where the tattoo shop is now by Publix.
Yeah,
and
it was
shop,
there. It's flooded.
Yeah, that shop
underwater.
Oh, yeah, well, that sucks. Clarksville sucks. Nah, but that shop, the tattoo shop, used to be a game store, and the game store had Dreamcast and shit like that. But they weren't out long. By the time I got there, they were already selling everything. I bought all the original Grand Theft Autos on the PS2. They were like $5 each. I bought those and a few other things before they like shut down shop. Chucho, you said Sega has your heart. Yeah, Sega is a sad case. The Dreamcast was way ahead of its time, but the Dreamcast came out at the wrong time because little did they know the PlayStation 2 came out, and what killed it was the DVD. If the Dreamcast had a DVD, it probably would have done better. But, they were like, nah. And then Sony was like, no, let's put a DVD in it. And it was the best DVD player you could get because, if I'm not mistaken, the PS2 was $300 when it came out. But the shit you got with it, you had a music player, you had a CD player, you had a CD player, a DVD player. It played all the PS1 games and PS2 games. For $300 was the best DVD player you could get.
And it was like Blu-ray, right?
Blu-ray wasn't out yet. Blu-ray didn't come out until about 2006 with the PS3. And when the PS3 came out, that shit was, for two models, it was $500 and $600. And you only got, a 20 gig and a 60 gig. So, yeah. And people were going crazy.
Skinless chicken nuggets for that price.
I'm telling you, have you seen the skinless chicken nugget? It's terrible.
I see it all the time when I look in the mirror.
This motherfucker. Yeah, I guess. But no, that is a lot of skinless chicken nuggets you got to sell to get the PS3 at the time. That shit, I remember dudes in New York City were waiting near the stores with the shiesty on before shiesties were even called shiesties. And they were robbing dudes around the corner from the game stores. Once they picked up that PS3, I seen dudes literally waiting on the corner, scouting people with a PS3 bag or whatever, right? And they were like, sitting there doing this whole little, oh shit, yeah, he got a PS3, beat the fuck out of him for that PS3 and left. That shit was $500 to $600. It was expensive. People were getting beat up for that shit. I remember I waited online for a fucking Wii when it was $250. I was lucky to even get that shit, and I spent all day trying until my ex, who worked at the Toys R Us in Times Square, told me they had hundreds of them, and they sure did. You look inside, it was stacks, pyramid stacks of Wiis just sitting there, $250. Nobody's getting beat up for those things.
It was boring.
You ever liked the Wii? Mm-mm. No, see, the Wii was dope. But I think, so, we didn't do an episode on the Wii because the first year or so when the Wii came out, do you know how many TVs were broken because of that shit? That shit was it was so funny because, okay, you know how you had to wrap the Wii remote around your arm? Okay, sound like fun, right? So you could do all the motions and play tennis and look like a dork, right? The problem was that the string was so weak that people got too into the game, right? They were swinging like they were swinging a real bat. And the shit will snap off your wrist and the Wii remote went flying into the TV. If you go on YouTube, there's a whole montage of people breaking their TVs with the Wii remote. So Nintendo had to come
I
up
think
with
it'd be hilarious if it like broke off and hit grandma in the head or something.
Oh no, there are videos of people getting hit with them too. They got in the way because you got to remember everybody's standing up next to each other and they're swinging, so they hit each other with the damn Wii remote, and then shit go flying into like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey or something like that. It was wild times. So Nintendo had to get a thicker string so that it wouldn't break when people were like swinging really hard. But then after like a couple of years, people were just sitting on the couch doing this. They got lazy. The gimmick was like old. You know what I mean? People weren't sitting there standing up and actively playing no more. People were just like sitting there on the couch playing Wii Sports. Just
Have you used the Oculus?
no, I've never used the Oculus. I think that shit's stupid. The VR shit, I've never used that.
Shit's fun.
Is it really though? I mean, I never tried it.
Yeah, I was like Iron Man. Played an Iron Man game. There's like a simulator or something where you can like spawn in weapons and just kill random like AI people. I don't know how else to explain it, but that was fun, taking a fucking sword and just right to their face.
Yeah, see, that's how the Wii was without the headset. You know what I mean? It was immersive. Now, mind you, I mean, the Wii, you look at it now, it looks like a fucking toy, but back in 2006, it was a big deal, and it was such a big deal.
Grand Theft Auto VR. Seen that shit? That'd be dope.
No, I have not seen that. Can you imagine beating a prostitute with VR on? I can't imagine how cool that would be. Chucho, you said some VR games get me motion sick. Yeah, I think there should be a disclaimer for things like that. It's not for people who can easily get motion sickness or whatever, because there's a lot of moving around and stuff like that, and I can only imagine. I never tried it though. Maybe one day I'll try it.
Seen the videos of people using it?
Yeah, they look crazy. Can you imagine somebody out in the street doing this?
No, I'm saying like they be sitting there using it, and they're like, say they're like on a cliffside or some shit like that in the VR, and they get afraid of heights, and then someone like pushes them and shit, and they start like flopping over like a fish, freaking out. Yeah, Kermit.
Oh my god. Nah, I'm pretty sure there's like a whole montage of those of that actually happening. But I never got into the whole VR thing. I mean, the closest I've gotten to it was the Wii. And, after a while, the novelty wore off after like a year or two, and people got tired of it and shit like that. And then, it was influential because Sony came out with their own shit, and then Xbox came out with their own shit, but it wasn't nearly as popular as far as like the motion control thing. It wasn't nearly as popular as the Wii. They tried to duplicate it, and it failed. So, and they just went back to stick with controls.
On VR.
Oh, yeah? What the fuck are they doing in that one?
Use your imagination. It's corn.
Oh, see, I don't want to walk into a library with somebody with an Oculus doing this shit. Oh man, I'll make sure they get kicked the fuck out. Chucho, you said Beat Saber best VR game. Beat Saber. I probably have to look that up. I don't know. I can't get into the whole.
It's like you have lightsabers and you gotta like slice like cubes in half, and it's almost like Guitar Hero but with lightsabers.
That doesn't sound like something that has a lot of replay value. It sounds like something that you'll play for like maybe a day or two, and then it's like Fruit Ninja. You know how who's sitting there marathon gaming Fruit Ninja? You sitting there slicing fruit? That's got to get boring at least after 2 hours. Especially if you got the attention span of a fucking fruit fly. That's got to get old in like 5 minutes.
I could play Angry Birds for days.
Okay, Angry Birds, I've seen people marathon Angry Birds because the physics was so delicate in a sense. Like, you've tried so hard to keep trying to pass the level because all of a sudden one bird will move a little bit over and just shit will fall. And yeah, I played Angry Birds, but I never marathon gamed. I think the longest mobile game I've played, and I'm still playing it, is Candy Crush. I've been playing the same game since 2013. I'm up to like level... Shut up. I'm like at level almost 2,800. That's how long I've been playing. Since 2013, I've been playing Candy Crush. So people who haven't been around long, that is how long Candy Crush has been out for. It's been out for a long time. and I've been playing it ever since. So yeah, I'm an old man. I have that right. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. It's I can't get into the whole VR thing. Now, Chucho, you said it's at its best, especially at the higher difficulties. You gotta duck, dodge, and swing. You sound like that movie Dodgeball. Duck,
Dodge,
dip, dive, and dodge. They need to have a dodgeball VR. I think that would be insane. They need to come out with a dodgeball VR
and have it like multiplayer, like
Can
online
you
play.
imagine?
That'd be dope.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. I'm telling you, where's Ben Stiller at? We need to get a hold of him. See if he could talk to like Activision or somebody and make a dodgeball, like a GTA dodgeball game. You go around picking on, fighting other dodgeball teams and other competition. I think that'd be pretty cool too. See, I'm thinking too outside the box. I should be rich. I should be working for Activision. But a dodgeball VR, I think, will be incredible. When's the last time you guys ever played dodgeball? That was a dangerous ass game.
Yeah, the last time I played dodgeball was like elementary school, and this like older kid threw the ball straight at my nuts. That shit fucking hurt.
Hey, that still counts as a point though. You ever got hit in the face though? That was my biggest fear, was getting hit in the face with a fucking dodgeball.
How would you imitate the sound of the dodgeball, like the old school rubber ones?
I hear it right now as we're talking about this shit right now. I hear the sound. It's like a dang. I don't know. I can't like.
Mine's more like a
can't
bing
quite describe.
with a beat.
And that shit, man, that shit hurt, dude. Dodgeballs hurt. And no, I've never actually no, Chucho. Recently, I seen a professional dodgeball game. It was on TV. I don't know what the fuck channel it was on. No, I think it was on ESPN, the Ocho. Oddly enough, and that was on dodgeball.
Ocho?
So it was on the Ocho. The Ocho, yeah, that's a real
Mexican
channel.
TV.
No, it's not Mexican. It's not Spanish. So remember the dodgeball movie, ESPN, the Ocho? It's a real network. So, so that was on there, and it reminded me of the movie minus Patches O'Houlihan, but it was a real. I was like, people play this shit for real, like a real professional dodgeball player. Can you imagine telling your kid, or like they bring you, bring your parents to work day, and you got to tell the kids what you do, and like, yeah, I play dodgeball.
I dodge balls for a living.
Yeah, I dodge them. Make sure they don't hit me in my mouth too hard. You understand? You gotta tell other kids this shit. Do they even still play dodgeball in school? Nowadays they'll probably be like, "Oh man, that's such a dangerous sport. Our kids should not be that violent." I'd probably play like dodge chess or something like that.
It'd be like targeting. You target the nerd kid or the special needs kid.
Exactly. Like why they hitting the black paraplegic kid? First of all, why is the kid even in the wheelchair playing dodgeball in the first place? That's your first mistake. See, I don't even think they do dodgeball anymore. Maybe they do. I think kids need that. They need to release their anger and stress on other kids in a more positive way. You know what I mean? A dodgeball. Nobody ever died playing dodgeball. At least I don't think so. Not that I heard of.
Something to look up.
That is something to look up. As a matter of fact, it's Google time. I want to see if somebody actually died playing dodgeball. It's not funny if it's a kid that passed away. It's not funny, but
more hilarious.
It's just more. It's absurd. But you can hit somebody hard enough with a ball, and let's just say they have a very soft skull in some spots, and you can really cause some serious.
Imagine
damage.
you throw it hard enough and it hits them like in their temple. They go into a
That's what I'm
coma
saying.
for 30 years. And they just never wake up.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine you dying because of a dodgeball. Oh, matter of fact, there is a story. Holy smokes. I'm about to read it. This was back in 2013. There was a College Station high school student dies playing dodgeball. Wow. They said they tried to revive him using CPR, but the 15-year-old boy died. I'll read the story real quick. It says, a College Station high school student collapsed while playing dodgeball on Tuesday. Staff members, he collapsed while playing dodgeball. Okay, so he didn't get hit with the dodgeball. He just collapsed playing dodgeball. Chucho, you said it didn't matter how hard you threw them. They always went at the same speed. Or sometimes the ball will curve like the movie Wanted, and like you'll aim at the one person you want to hit, and it just hits the principal. Now you're in trouble. So this kid did not die getting hit with a dodgeball. He just collapsed, which is sad in itself. You know what I mean? But I don't see anything in relation to someone dying from a dodgeball. No. Yeah, that's crazy work. I think more kids still need to play that shit. Anyway, let me see how much time I got here.
You're there when we played dodgeball in Europe.
Who played dodgeball in Europe? Oh yeah, that's right. We did. We had that little fun PT day dodgeball. Yeah. I remember now. Okay. Damn, you just unlocked the core memory. One that I tried to forget, but now you unlocked it. Yes, that was the very last time we played dodgeball. God, but as a kid, I think the last time I played dodgeball had to been junior high school. I think, if I'm not mistaken, junior high school or public school was the last time I played it as a kid. But as an adult, yes, it was back in Europe. Sadly. All right, people. What else we got? We got 10 minutes left before we hit an hour. What's up?
Put concrete in the ball.
Concrete in the ball. That's diabolical. How do you even get concrete in a dodgeball? Can you imagine playing dodgeball with medicine balls? Oh man. Yeah, this is season 20. Believe it or not, dude. Season 20, episode 91. So this is the 91 episode of TikTok. But in reality, since I started the show almost 3 years ago, this is the 475th episode. Yeah, this is the 475th episode, but the 91st episode for TikTok. This show, you gotta understand, this show, I only produce maybe 3 or 4 episodes a week on average. Mahal, what's going on? Good evening to you. What's up, Mahal? But yeah, I do put in the work for the show, and it's not just me. It's, executive producers and co-hosts like Skinless Chicken Nugget. He's one of my co-hosts and executive producers, and we're always...
You've been running longer than Seinfeld has.
I have been running longer, well, episode-wise, but not year-wise. Seinfeld has been on, was damn near almost 10 years. Chucho, you said nobody will get hit, but a good workout regardless. If you're using a medicine ball. I hit somebody in the balls with a medicine ball one time, and it wasn't fun. It was right when I got to GCO, and I forgot what the fuck we were doing. But it was this one NCO that was there. He left way long ago. But I remember I tossed him a ball. I tossed him a medicine ball. And no shit, he was not paying attention to this ball. That shit hit him right in the dick. He was hurt. He literally had to do one of these hunchovers and walk away. And I was like, oh man, it hit him square. I must have killed generations of future families after that shit. It was bad. Getting hit in the balls with a medicine ball is no fun. And yeah, I didn't mean to do it. It just so happened he was line of sight. I threw it to him. He wasn't paying attention. All right. It wasn't exactly my fault. He wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. All right. So now I don't feel as bad. I had to just clear that up a little bit. Let's see what else. We got 8 minutes before I hit an hour. Usually that's my threshold. I'm surprised Rio is not on the show. He was on here and then he didn't say anything, which I'm actually quite surprised. I haven't seen a restriction on the show in a minute.
He said one thing.
Yeah, he said one thing and he left, so I guess he got caught up with stuff. You know him, he's always busy, kids all over the place, so he's got some things probably going on. And then James, I think he passed out. You know him, he pre-game as soon as he get from fucking work. Hey, Chico, what's going on? Good morning to you, because you're the same time zone as me, so I know you just woke up. I woke up not that long ago, too, so, just have to knock out the show as soon as I can. Welcome to season 20. This is the 20th season. And this is the 5th season on TikTok, but the 20th season overall. So welcome. Yes, good morning. I know you laughing. You must have just woke up. You must have had a crazy Friday night. All right, Mahal, you said they were talking about Clarksville in the news, bad storms coming through. Yeah, Mahal, we dodged that. Well, when we left, we were getting ice storms and snowstorms when we left. And usually Clarksville, the weather is pretty bad around this time, but this is the worst I've ever heard. And you said you have to go to work today. Ooh, I guess you got duty or some other weird shit going on. But on a Saturday is diabolical work.
Calming like that.
Say what?
Why do you spell calming like that? But bad storm's calming.
Oh, because they usually communicate with each other, so they have to calm. I'm calming. You ever heard somebody be like, instead of saying I'm coming, I'm calming? It sounds more creepier that way. Oh man, but
what's the worst thing you could say right before you nut?
Say what?
What are some of the worst things you could say right before you nut?
I'm not the father. I don't know, man. No, I think the worst thing you could say before you nut is say, "Yo, we're related." I think that's one of the worst things. What do you think is the worst thing you could say before you nut in a girl?
Oh man.
Come on, I gotta hear this. I already said I'm not the dad. So either way,
I don't know, dude. You got me. I had something on now.
I think I beat you on that one. I think that is the worst thing you could say before you nut in a girl. I'm not the father, and then just bolt out. Like no condom, nothing. You just sploosh. That's it, and then just dip. So I think that's the worst thing you can say. Oh man! Now what if it's at the dinner table? That's a different story. And Mahal said it wasn't me. God damn! But wow, I was expecting that. Wow. Chico's. Chucho, oh, Chucho, that's nasty work. You said I kept on getting calls every other week from the Marines recruiter. Any news on as the U.S. going to war? We're always at war, man. I don't know.
You know, just a funny thing.
Ew, Brogurt? Yo, I've never heard that. I heard of Protein. I've never heard of Brogurt. Oh, that's awful. That's terrible. But that's something that some guy would say with another guy, though. I'm sure. Chucho, I don't know what's going on with the war. We're always at war. It's what keeps the U.S. the U.S. I don't know. You know, the funny thing is the recruiting numbers across all the branches are not meeting their goals. And it's pretty typical. They try to reach out in many ways to you, and I'm pretty sure you're of age. So, you know, they're probably just reaching out to you. It's not like there's a draft. If they were knocking on your door and shit, then I'd be like, oh, shit, something really going on. But you know, there's always something going on, man. I mean,
someone told me today that Army is cutting down like 90,000 service members active duty.
Which is blowing my mind because, you know, just one moment ago, they were talking about they weren't making numbers, that they need people. And then now they made numbers. And the only way they made numbers is that they set their goal lower to match the low numbers. So they set the goal and then bam, they made numbers. Now they're talking about cutting people. Dude, I am confused. I am absolutely confused.
I think it's 90. I think it's because they're all transportation people.
Oh, that's fucked up. You know, I know this MOS is slowly disappearing. There are some pretty redundant MOSs, like finance. Do you really need a whole MOS for finance? You can have civilians do that shit, and they'll probably do a better job at it. But finance as an MOS?
I heard Tesla robots are going to take over fuelers' jobs.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. And the crazy part is I'm in the fueling company. So check it. All we do is fuel. All we do is deliver fuel. I've never been in an environment like this. There's no ammo. I think there's ammo, but fuel. All right, now, Mahal, you said, next question. What about them not allowing trans soldiers to serve? So right now there is a court block on banning trans soldiers from staying in. So here was the severance. Like, check this out, Skinless. They were talking about paying out a big amount of money to like E5s or whoever was transitioning to get out the army. I was hearing somewhere between like $50,000 to $90,000.
Whoa, what the fuck?
To leave. I swear to God, yeah, they were offering large severance payments.
Can't even get a bonus.
That's more than any bonus most people even fucking get. $90,000 to leave the army? Are you taking it? If you were transitioning, would you take $90,000 right now if they were like, yo, you can't serve, but here, take this $90,000? Would you be satisfied with that?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's happening right now. But the problem is right now, I think the courts have, because, you know, President Trump has been on this barrage of executive orders, but a lot of people don't understand that there are checks and balances between three branches of government. So the president can't enact everything without going through particularly the courts and the Congress. So right now the courts have put a block on transitioning soldiers being booted from the army. So it's a temporary block. Don't know. They're going to keep challenging it, of course. What's going to happen, if it's going to happen? I personally don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think
regardless,
we don't need that shit around here.
I tell you what, I don't think they're going anywhere, though, to be honest with you. I don't think, especially now they're talking about cutting soldiers and shit like that. Everything is so confusing. Kat said we probably should at this point. Everything is so confusing right now. They don't know whether they need many people or not need many people. But I tell you what, when
figured out who that was.
Who?
The cat daddy.
I'm trying to figure out who he is too. I'm trying to see because I think his name. Hey, Kat, you came across this show before. I feel like you've been on this show before in some capacity. I
He
can't see
drives
who
a
he is.
BBW.
Oh, wow. Okay, I know who you are now. He drives a BBW. Oh man, how many miles you get on that hog? Oh man, okay, I got you. I got you. Listen, you
Crowbar.
know, crowbar. Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now they're right now able to serve. In fact, I should look that up where we are with that. I think that's the
Well,
last thing I've
Barlow's still
heard
in,
though.
so
I mean, yeah, until they offer him $90,000 and you're gonna buy a fucking Infinity, another Infinity.
he's gonna
Hold
spend
on.
like 80,000 of it on vapes.
Please don't. He's gonna open up a vape shop and go bankrupt because he's gonna smoke all the supply.
Rest of it's gonna be on zip ties to hold his engine
Yeah.
up.
Oh god, I remember the day we opened up that hood and that dude had zip ties just randomly sitting in the engine bay, not on anything, not tied to anything. They were just there, and I'm like, who allowed that? Who the fuck allowed this man to buy this car? I've never seen anything like that. You know, the missing engine cover, the zip ties. I was like,
Catalytic
this is
converter was
not
already
good.
cut off. I had the check engine light on. P0240
No,
code.
no oil in that bitch. In fact, there was no oil in that because I remember the shit. He kept saying it was overheating. I was like, yo, there's no fucking oil in this car, man. Like, what are you doing? But anyway, so there, yeah. So I think what I just pulled up, federal judge. This was 2 weeks ago. The federal judge blocks Trump effort to ban transgender troops from military service. So right now there's a ban on it. So you can't do anything. They could continue to serve as they, continue to serve. That's it. Hey, Cat Daddy, catch you later, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Of course, thank you. Um, yeah, yeah. I guess they're here to stay for now until I personally think they're just gonna keep blocking it, and then before you know it, it's not gonna be a thing anymore. So, but anyway, what else we got? We already hit an hour. I mean, we could wrap this show up. Hey, Bells, what's going on? Thank you for joining, of course. Welcome to a brand new season and a brand new show. It's a roundtable. So we're just talking about any and everything right now. What's on your mind, your weekend plans. We were just talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. People are not happy with the price, and we're just going over everything right now before we wrap it up and I go start my day. I don't even know if I have a show scheduled for tomorrow. I guess I gotta see. I gotta see if I'm gonna. I haven't done the schedule for this week yet, but I should. We need some topics. I need some really funny ass topics. It's only so much about dodgeball. I don't think we can make a show about dodgeball. We can do the Adam Sandler episode, find out what's the best and worst Adam Sandler movie. If I do a show tomorrow, I think that might be the show. Is Adam Sandler movies and just Adam Sandler. Are you gonna watch Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix?
I've been watching everything on YouTube, like the free shit they got. I got rid of Netflix.
Ooh. Bells, yes, I will let you know the schedule. Well, see, what I normally do is I don't post the long term schedule because there's always something to change, but I always post when the next show is going to be, and then after that show, I post the next episode. But I do have a calendar that I keep a long range schedule like a week out, so I don't like to post it online because with work and everything, it can change. And Jay Haji, we should do another dark humor episode because I remember you were on that one, and that was a pretty hilarious episode. So it was pretty funny.
Hello.
Hey Watts, what's going on? Good evening. I forgot you're out there. Good evening to you. What's up?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. So right now I'm just coming up with some ideas for a show. Just thinking of some new stuff. It's a new season, so usually I don't think long term on episodes. It usually depends on what I hear during the day, and I'm like, okay, that's an inspiration for a topic. So a lot of these episodes that come about is usually what's on my mind, what I hear, and all types of other stuff too. So and then Fridays is just like we just
What
talk
if we
about
did
whatever
like
on Fridays.
Where Are They Now kind of episode?
Okay.
Like
That could work. I
on
mean,
Vine or some shit.
First of all,
oh, you talk about like
I
you talk
know
about like
both of y'all saw my question in that comment section. Who is this skinless chicken nugget person?
well, okay, so you might have an idea. I think that's something you might have to ask offline. Maybe he will
Unanimous.
reveal that.
Do I know
What's
who
that?
this person is?
Skinless chicken. Do you know? You know you're
What?
there. She wants to know who is Skinless chicken. Chicken nugget.
No.
That's just a weird name for a person.
No, I was telling him earlier. I've seen someone actually eat a skinless chicken nugget. Like they took off the battered skin, and it was just the meat, and that was the worst shit I've ever seen. So when he came up with this, it made me think of the day that I seen someone eat that, and now I can't unsee it. I can't unsee
True
it.
that chicken nuggets are like made up of all the extra or leftover parts of the chicken, like the feet.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
It is. So chicken nuggets.
I think I might have an idea who this person is.
Oh well, don't reveal it on here because
I'm not.
There's an episode. Who's Skinless chicken nugget? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we need to find out because I'm pretty sure other people are going to come in. James asked earlier too. He asked about it earlier too, and he kind of figured it out. And Chucho, you said chicken tenders over chicken nuggets. Ooh, I gotta agree with
Chicken
that.
tenders or chicken fingers?
Get it?
What the? Yo, it kills me when people say they want chicken fingers. When the fuck since chickens have fingers?
Chicken tenders are better than chicken nuggets.
They are. But see, Watts, it depends on who's making the chicken tenders. Not all chicken tenders are created equal. There are some people that can fuck up a chicken tender.
You're right about that. Some of these chicken nuggets be bland, no seasoning.
Zaxby's has chicken tenders.
So, oh my God, I've never tried Zaxby's, but every time I've passed there, for some reason, I've been afraid to try it. Is Zaxby's good?
Yes.
Have you tried Zaxby's? It's good. Okay.
I've had like two things from there, but like their tacos that they just came out with, those like chicken taco things. Yeah, they're like tacos. Those are good, but when I get the chicken tenders, they're just too watery. Like,
really?
Like I don't want. It's like, you want some chicken nuggets or chicken tenders with your water? No, thank you.
Jay Haji said Royal Farms got the best chicken. Okay, I've heard of Royal Farms. Never tried Royal Farms though. But let me ask you guys again, because chicken nuggets did pop up earlier in the show. Who makes the best chicken nugget? Somebody said James said Burger King does. Skinless Chicken said Wendy's.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh, I don't know. It's hit or miss. Like I remember, somebody described the Burger King nuggets tasting like pit bull nipples when they first came out, and
How
I was
do they
like,
even know what they taste like?
Don't knock it too. Try it.
Wait, the nuggets or the pit bull nipples? What are you talking about? Don't knock it till you try it. You got to be more specific. McDonald's or Wendy's got me tied between the two. I think when it comes to chicken nuggets,
I
think
like
they are.
chicken nuggets, but I'm not a big fan of McDonald's chicken nuggets anymore.
Now Wendy's
They sometimes come out soggy, and it's gross.
True. Wendy's keeps the consistency. They always have a nice little crunch to it. That's not too crunchy and not too soft. They're kind of like they got like the perfect
Chick-fil-A nuggets is bomb.
I've not seen. I think I've tried Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A to me is the most overrated.
With the Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah.
I've heard about this sauce though. But I'm not willing to stay on those long lines every damn day on Wilma Rudolph. That Chick-fil-A never has a dull
I
thing.
think Chick-fil-A is like a satanic cult.
But they're nice there. They're really nice.
I'm sure.
You know what they do to their employees if they don't say my pleasure?
What? Make them kneel in a Bible or something?
You'll never see them again.
See, the thing about Chick-fil-A, it's a very Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays, and because the background behind Chick-fil-A is a pretty religious one. But every time I go to Chick-fil-A, it don't matter. It is packed. Haji, you said that worker girl goes to the university where I stay. Who are we talking about? Does she work at Chick-fil-A? And is she cute? Or what's happening here? What's going on? Are you smashing the Chick-fil-A chick? I don't know.
Worker girl can be anything.
It could be the Chick-fil-A chick. He's probably smashing for those free nuggets. It could be. Maybe. Oh, the Chick-fil-A girl.
What kind of hooker's going to university? Oh, wait. She's doing it to pay off her tuition.
Chick-fil-A girl. I'm not
Chick-fil-A girl
with that, honey. I don't know.
He's smashing for free nuggets. That's what it is.
You gotta be.
The chick who went viral.
Yeah, that chick.
Oh, no. The chick girl. Okay, remember the Chick-fil-A girl? The goofy-looking girl with the big eyes and the big smile? That chick he's talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Between her and Gail Lewis, they're getting on my nerves, trying to stay relevant.
Yeah. She's trying too hard. She's trying too hard to stay relevant. That's
She
her
is kind
name,
of hot though.
Gina.
She is kind of
Who,
hot.
the
She's
Chick-fil-A
not making
girl?
that stupid ass face. Yeah, she's kind of hot though.
Yeah, she's not bad looking. She's not bad looking. She's even cute with the stupid face, but I think like her 10 seconds of fame is up. Like she tried to stretch that Chick-fil-A thing, but now and then I think she made like a OF account and stuff
No
like
way.
that to kind. No, I think she
You
did.
like
I've
drench
heard
yourself
someone,
in like Chick-fil-A sauce? That'd be great.
That
somebody will
is
pay to see that.
weird, okay?
Hey, listen, hey, Watts, there's an audience for everything. People will pay to see it. If they could think it, they'll pay to see it. If it's
They'll pay to
available,
see somebody drench themselves in Chick-fil-A sauce. That's gonna take a really long time. They're gonna need a lot of Chick-fil-A sauces for that.
shit, they're gonna need a lot of soap to
That-
wash that shit off. Oh man, no, I can't imagine that.
And
But,
you know how
people
long
will
it's
pay
gonna
to see it.
take them to clean that out of their tub?
Shit, and clean it out of other places too. I mean, shit, if it gets caught in certain parts of the body, that's gonna take a long time. That's gonna take a long ass time. I can't even imagine.
Man, something just popped in my head.
Yeah, like if some chick covers herself up with the Chick-fil-A sauce, you know how long it's gonna take to get out of the cooch? It's gonna take forever.
Well, imagine going
That is
down there.
not that's not good for the pH balance, honey.
Imagine going down there
Oh,
though, and it just
That
tastes like
pH
Chick-fil-A
balance is
sauce.
gonna be so off. Oh, it's gonna golly. No, that pH balance will be way off if you got all. Never mind, we're moving right along. Listen, but people will
Mad she
pay to
got
see that.
motion, honey. Never that. Never mad.
Oh, somebody, but you know what? People will pay to see that. They will, not me. No,
Right.
Haji, we're not
Yeah,
mad.
I
She
love
got the
that for
motion.
her. Love that for her.
I guess so. And Chucho said he would do it for the right price. I know you would. Crazy
$20.
motherfucker.
$20.
Wouldn't no money make me pour Chick-fil-A sauce all over myself.
Can you imagine doing that and then nobody pays to watch?
That would
Not
be
only
insane.
did you waste money on the sauce, now you gotta have to.
They don't even care about you.
No, they don't. You know, people think OF is easy. I can't say the whole thing, but people think OF is easy. It is not. It is very competitive to
I wouldn't
try
know
to
nothing
get
about
your
that
name
one.
out there.
Wouldn't
No,
know
no, no,
nothing
no.
about that.
No, it's. I'm not an expert on it. I'm saying I've heard many accounts where people have tried to do it to make extra money, and they realize it's not as easy as it is, because you got hundreds of other people, thousands doing the same thing. Now, how can you raise the bar doing the same shit everybody else is doing, showing the same thing that everybody else is doing? You got to be
I just don't get why you pay for it when
you can get it for free.
online you can see shit for free. Yeah.
All right, check it out. So here's my theory behind that, right? Now imagine you're this one dude, you're the nerdy dude that had this crush on this chick back in high school, and you pictured everything about her imaginable from A to Z. You picture her being naked, but you never could see it. So now you fast forward into the future, she has an OF account, and now your dreams came true, but you gotta pay to see it. Those type of guys, simps, would pay because they want. It's something that they always wanted to see, but they can't see from that one girl they always
They
liked.
can go on one of them corn sites and watch it for free.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not the girl that they imagine to be with. Now imagine the girl that they wanted to be with back in school. They don't care about any other girl except this girl that they fell in love with or thought they were in love with.
That kind
Now
of
they
makes
can finally see her
that,
naked.
that's kind of valid though. I'd
Yeah,
pay.
And now
See?
you pay to see it. You'll pay it. No, see, I don't give a fuck.
Pay that one time, and then grab.
But that's why it exists, because of shit like that. But OF is not always people just being naked. They do like other things on there too, but it's overshadowed by the idea of nudity and other weird things, other contents.
What else do they do on OnlyFans?
They be having
I
feed
heard-
pages and all that. Just people on there posting their normal day-to-day life.
Yeah, like I can't picture paying to
Another
see someone's
social media.
feet.
They be
You know what?
skinny.
We need to do an episode on fetishes. I thought about that shit the other day because my inspiration was I knew a dude who was he was a foot fetisher. And I don't understand the fetish with feet. I don't get it. Feet?
I kind of get it.
Why?
Uh,
I don't.
I mean, I'm not gonna like put toes in my mouth or anything like that. That's fucking weird. But like,
Y'all
Dude.
weird.
No, listen. People are weird. People have foot fetishes. I've heard foot fetishes to where dudes will buy shoes, women's shoes, and come in the shoes, or they'll wear the shoes. No, I'm not kidding. These things are real. There are dudes that like ejaculating in shoes and on feet.
I think it's just the sight of like them up in the air or curled up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, most times, no. Most times, it ain't even that. It's people just, like, your feet is on the ground. People take pictures of that. Just your feet just being feet. Not in the air or behind your head. It's just on the ground. And people take pictures of that shit.
yeah. Okay.
I'm dead serious. I think if I do a show tomorrow, I think that's going to be it. I think
Like the grossest thing about feet is if like the bottom of your feet are like black as shit, like dirt. That's
I've seen pictures of girls with feet like that. I'm like, that's gross. Can you imagine you sitting there missionary and you got her feet up and you see these dirty ass dinosaur stompers right over your shoulders and shit? I don't want to see that shit. That dirty ass feet.
Yeah, it's gonna kill the
dinosaur
mood.
stompers. It's definitely gonna kill the mood. Put some fucking
No, never mind. I'm gonna finish, but then I'm like afterwards.
Oh god. Nah, put some Crocs on or something. Put some socks. Put some socks on. It's just gross. I think that's gonna be the next show. It's fetishes. Yes, Dino Stompers is crazy, and Bells. It is definitely a mental thing. I can't. I mean, listen, everybody's.
Taylor.
He was on here earlier. I swear to God, he was on the show not that long ago. But he said he had to work today, so I'm pretty sure he's working. But he did stop by to say hello. He did stop
He in
by.
Korea, ain't he?
Yes,
What
he
time
is. But
over there?
it is 10 o'clock on the dot in the morning.
Oh,
It's Saturday over here, but he said he had to work today. So, you know how that shit is. You got to come in on the weekend sometimes or duty or whatever. So, yeah. But he did stop by to say hello, though. He did.
oh. Okay. Well, I just sent him
yeah.
the live, so.
Yeah, he might pop in again. He might pop in. We're at an hour and 16 minutes on the show, which is pretty cool. What else we got before we wrap things up? Do I have any weird fetishes? Yes, buttons. For some reason, I like pushing buttons, especially like on the elevator, right? You know how like sometimes you get those all those buttons. Like I live in a building that's 15 floors, and all the buttons are like chrome stainless steel buttons with red lights. I just like the look of buttons. I think that's kind of like it's not a fetish, but once in the blue, you get that urge to want to just push a button. I think that's one for me. It can't be any worse than feet. That's for sure. Do you got any weird fetishes?
Who?
Both of you. As a matter of fact, one of you can answer.
Me?
Hey, what, you got any?
No.
Yeah, come on. No weird. Hey, that's not wrong. If you don't, you don't. You understand? No.
No. No.
Okay. Gotcha. What about you, Skinless? Skinless. God, this weird name.
I like
nuggets.
chicken nuggets. That's my fetish.
I'm weak.
I should have known. That's fucking gross. That is fucking nasty. Yeah, that's what tomorrow's episode is going to be. Some of the weird fetishes. I remember they had an episode of Maury or something. There was a woman that would eat aluminum foil. There was another one that
I be
ate
seeing
baby powder.
people eating cornstarch.
Yes, and baby powder, talc powder, just like eating it. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's like strange addictions. Whatever happened to that?
Yes. Yeah, that basically kind of
firing a pew pew. Please.
the sound of dry fire and a pew pew. That can't be good for your pew pew either.
Yeah,
dry firing, that shit will damage your shit.
What's a dry fire?
Just fucking.
I like clicking
powder
pins.
comes out.
You do.
Oh, clicking
okay,
pins.
well, yeah, clicking pins. I like
You
to
like
do that
clicking
too.
pencil, right?
So click.
But that's
Shut
not
up,
really
honey.
a weird fetish.
No, that's
like
more of a nervous tick.
calming thing.
Yeah, that's a tick.
That's a nervous tick. Like if you're just sitting there anticipating something and you just clicking the pen, flipping it.
Anxiety.
Click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically like an anxiety tick. What? Or tapping. I know. I like tapping the table. Like I don't know, but again, that's a nervous tick. I don't think that's a fetish. So we have to kind of blur the line between a fetish and a nervous tick.
Well, because
But,
yours wasn't your fetish wasn't really like because you got sexual fetishes, and then
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
remember
The
that how
sexual
your fetish
fetishes-
was pushing buttons.
No, but not every fetish is sexual. That's the thing. So that's something we're gonna have to kind of go through because not every fetish is sexual. It really isn't. Like feet. No, people do.
Is me
sexualize
smelling food a
feet.
fetish before I eat it? Is that a fetish?
No, it's So like, the first day I've seen you smell, I forgot what was the first thing I seen you smell before you ate it, but it tripped me the fuck out. I looked at
There's
you, I
that
was like,
fucking chocolate biscuit you gave me from Popeyes, I think.
that's what it was. The
chocolate
chocolate chip biscuit. Watch, let me tell you, this dude, he got him a chocolate chip biscuit for the first time at Popeyes because I told him to try it. He sat there, and I swear to God, I swear to everything that's wholly below my feet. He sat there and looked at the biscuit, looked up at me, and I looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with?" I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I gotta smell it before I try it." And it was weird at first, but you have to be careful sometimes.
Okay,
It's valid.
I know who Skinless chicken nugget is now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody knows your weird habits.
There's no way.
I know who it is.
Ooh, damn. Everybody knows you're out there smelling your food. Look, as weird as that may sound, it's valid. Because, a lot of us, we go to these fast food restaurants and we don't ever check under our food. But I've heard stories where people found like staples in their burger or like, things that when it went through the factory or whatever and it's in the burger. Like, do you guys often like look in your food, like your burgers and stuff before you eat it or you just eat it? I think most times I just eat it.
I did the other day because like you brought this up before and I thought about it, so I decided just to look inside my cheese.
My nerves be kind of bad, so I look at my food before I eat it.
Shit, that reminds me of James Watts. One day, this dude, James, we were sitting in his car just chilling, right? Now, he had a medium or a large iced coffee from McDonald's. Halfway, I looked at his cup. That dude had a gnat inside his drink. He had a McFly. And I was like, James, do you see what's in this cup? I was like, what the fuck is this? He looked at it, and he was like, oh, shit. I was like, did you know this was in the cup? He was like, nah. But he's like, I guess I'll finish it now. I was like, he dead ass finished it with the gnat inside. And I was like, this man had a McFly. I swear to God. You might as well.
Do what you gotta do. He done already drank it.
Exactly. Wait, what the hell is that? I'll see that afterwards. You always show me some weird shit.
Because this child of mine in the background making all this noise.
Nah, it's all good. Believe me, when Rio's kids is on the show, they curse me out. So don't even worry about it. They curse me the fuck out. And Chucho, you said you're into women with angry demeanor.
Granny, get down.
Wow. Why are you into angry women? You like women that kind of slap you around and fold your legs behind your head kind of demeanor? Or like... How we got to be a little bit more specific with this. He said he likes women with angry demeanor.
He likes to get his head between the washer and the dryer.
Yeah, there we go. He's the one stuck in the dryer instead of her. No, some guys like that. They like an aggressive woman. Like, she may not sound angry, but she just has that demeanor to her. Some guys that turns some guys on. Oh, he said not physically, but okay, he's talking mentally. Hey, listen. There's different strokes for different folks. Hey, do you like that? Do you like that? At least he knows what he likes. Most of us are roaming around here. We don't even know what the hell we like or what we want. So at least he knows what he likes. I give him that.
Well, I guess.
Just as long as you're not getting stuck in a washing machine or your legs behind your fucking ears. Other than that, that's cool. So what else we got before we wrap this up, people? What else we got? Most importantly, enjoy your weekends. Hopefully you guys have some really good weekends.
No, because it's supposed to be storming all weekend here in Clarksville.
Yeah. Be careful out there because Clarksville is getting fucked up right now. I've been tracking the weather out here too.
We ain't really had nothing but a bunch of flooding.
Yeah. But
far enough away from everything.
Clarksville floods easily though, and especially with all this extra traffic and shit now that's in the town, you have to be very careful. It's not a lot of main streets to navigate Clarksville. So when one main artery gets clogged up, it's hard to navigate Clarksville.
Yeah, and the river over there on Riverside, it's flooding.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Just be careful out there. Yeah, absolutely.
It's fine. I'm gonna be in the house.
Yeah. Is it gonna rain all weekend out there, or
all weekend
until Sunday
night?
Damn.
I don't think it's raining right now.
Well, shit. We're about to have a monsoon season where it rains damn near straight for a month out here. It's typical. I think like June,
I saw
July.
this video. It was Nashville. It flooded in like this intersection, and one Toyota truck made it across. So all these like sedan cars thought they could make it across, and they ended up getting stuck in it.
You know what's crazy? They tell people this shit too. Do not tread water with a fucking car, and people still do it because they seen one car do it. You're not gonna tread 3 feet of water in a Toyota Corolla. You're gonna get stuck.
First of all, my car won't even be moving from its parking spot.
For real. Like, if you got a sedan and you see the water, don't try it. Because all you're doing is you're putting emergency services in a situation they don't need to be, where they could go take care of something else. Now they got to pull your stupid ass car out of the water because you think you could float. It blows my mind. And Chucho, you said it's like they put a wall up that I have to knock down to get to know them. Oh, so you like a girl that's not too open at first. You want to try hard to figure out who she is. This guy, he's got some interesting likes, man. He knows what he likes. You know, some guys don't like it that easy. Most guys want it that easy, but he wants a challenge. I give him that. Anyway. All right, folks. It looks like we are done with the show. Actually, I'll give it 5 more minutes, so it hits exactly an hour and 30 minutes. What else you guys want to talk real quick in the next 5 minutes?
Let's see. Let me think. I don't have nothing.
I got nothing either. It's Friday over there. It's Saturday over here. After this,
did anyone do a April Fool's joke on you?
You know what? April Fool's is dead. I ain't hear not one fucking April Fool at all. I didn't hear not one April Fool joke. Oh, I got one for you, and this wasn't even that fucking funny. So there's a bus that I catch here to go to work, right? That was, we had a 4-day, so we got back on April 1st to go back to work. You know that bus never showed up. And I didn't realize what date it was till after the fact. And it was April Fool's Day. The first bus of the day did not show up.
That reminds me of this one time. I got up. We all went down to like the fire station where the bus would pick us all up. It was snowing like really bad because they didn't say school was closed or nothing. But we stood out there for like 30 minutes wondering where the fuck this bus was. And then like fuck this, and we ended up going home. And that's when we found out that school had been canceled.
Oh, I would have been tight. I would have been mad as fuck.
I don't find nothing funny about April Fool's Day because it's the first of the month and I gotta pay rent. So
yeah, definitely, rent is not an April Fool's joke. You fuck around if
you got money. April Fools.
Can you imagine your landlord?
Knowledge. April Fool's Day is actually Jesus' real birthday.
It's what?
Jesus Christ's real birthday.
April 1st?
April Fool's Day. That's why it's April Fool's Day.
Oh, hell no.
That's fucked up. It makes you think, right?
He's a jokester. That's why
it's just his world that's fucked up like that they would just have us celebrating Christmas as his birthday. That doesn't even have nothing to do with him, but when he was born and all the festivals that actually have something to do with him, they try to mock him. It's just a fucked up world. If you believe, if you're a true believer, like
dropping knowledge. I never heard that. I never heard that though, but stuff like that I always tend to just look up. It's extra homework.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's in the King James, the original shit.
So if you celebrate it, you're sinning.
But see, there's so many versions of the Bible. It's insane.
We sitting on so many other levels though, but okay, if you want to start there.
But no, April Fools, I don't think people participate in that shit anymore. I've never heard not one April Fools at work or nothing. I think people it's one of those dying, I don't even say if it's a holiday.
I never
thought of April Fools as a holiday.
I remember when April Fools was like, they pull pranks on each other. So like, you would tape you remember when sinks used to have that little like handle? It's not like the faucet itself, it was like another handle that you could spray. Remember that?
Yeah.
People would tape that so that when someone turned on the sink, it would spray them. And we did that.
People don't do that no more. I think people get angry at shit like that now. People get beat the fuck up, so people don't do it anymore.
Right.
But I know growing up.
I think you're absolutely right. People don't got time for no jokes or pranks anymore because people take things too serious, like in life.
Yeah, people are a little high strong now.
You about to have to fight for your life if you playing with somebody nowadays.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm joking, you about to die, and you don't even know what.
Exactly. Or like pulling the April Fool's prank on your landlord saying, "Hey, I'm not paying rent. April Fools. Nah, you're getting kicked the fuck out in 30 days."
You already got the eviction papers together.
And he's not
playing with you.
No, that's not a joke. But nah, April Fools, man, I think I played like one April Fool's joke on my wife, and it wasn't even that funny. I was like, I'm not doing this shit no more. April Fool's is just another day for me. You know what I mean? You got to pay rent on that day, and that's not a joke. So
Definitely ain't.
yeah,
I wish.
nope. That's one thing. What's rent? Go ahead and tell your landlord.
I always wonder like or if I ever worked on people payroll, I would fucking make the deposit late and be like, oh, April Fools.
Oh, you getting fired? They gonna find you. They're gonna dox you.
No, because that's a clerical error. But I would just incorporate it as like, oh, April Fools.
Imagine you call 911
You gotta cover
dispatcher.
yourself. You gotta be way smarter than everybody else.
That would be crazy. My feelings would be hurt.
Yo, everybody be showing up to the to the payroll HR like, what? I need my money now.
For real, especially nowadays.
Now imagine a 911 operator pulling an April Fool's joke on you. Yeah, the cops are on their way. Don't worry.
And then you're dead.
You're going to jail.
That's life or death. You can't joke with that shit. You're dead.
Nah, that's not even clerical. She can't even help herself with that one.
Can you imagine dying over an April Fool's joke with the paramedics?
There's this woman that got arrested. I don't know if it was recently, but I saw it on TikTok or something. She got arrested because she kept hanging up on people that were calling 911.
I heard about that.
Wow.
No, I'm serious because I've heard that where I think it might be the same
crazy.
case. Because she was pissed off at how people were like coming at her with the emergencies and shit. She was like, I don't got time for this shit. And she hung up on them. And then somebody died from that, right? If I'm not mistaken, somebody died.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people died. She's like, I'm busy. I'll call you back.
That is wild.
Like, nah, I'll call you back. My stories is on. I gotta watch that. On Real
Sorry,
Housewives.
I'm on TV right now catching up on my shit. You gotta give me a minute. What you say he did? He punched you in your face? Oh, okay. He's still trying to come attack you?
Can you imagine dying over somebody watching Tubi?
I'm sending the cops over there now.
And they don't show up? Can you imagine dying over somebody watching Tubi?
My scene is on. This is my show right here.
I kind of hate how 911 dispatchers ask a million questions.
Yo, that shit blows minds.
Yeah, because it's life or death is literally time. And
like, why the fuck you asking me? Well, you got the address. Fucking dispatch the fucking party, please.
And then asking if anybody else is with you. Well, duh. The heck?
And then they ask the next question. When's the last? Have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese before? I'm like, what are you fucking asking me that for?
Imagine you call 911 and they tell you to hold.
What's that? What are you wearing? Why the fucking matter what I'm wearing? Are you not gonna fucking help me?
911, please hold.
I'm on the floor in the cross streets. I'm on the ground and I'm on between Astoria and fucking 99th Street. Like, what the fuck else do you need to know?
Oh, that's
I've been shot. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I swear, I think that needs to be an episode. We need to do like fucked up 911 dispatch calls or some shit. Or what's the craziest 911 dispatch call that like a call center has gotten? Because I can imagine. Because people will call 911 for anything, and I mean anything. Like the TikTok shutdown back in January, they said they seen an uptick in emergency calls over teenagers losing their mind over the TikTok ban.
Then people like kill themselves.
I think somebody did. Can you imagine getting a 911 call? Hey, what's your emergency? They're about to ban TikTok. Oh, you're getting hung up. I don't give a shit if you're on the edge of a building right there calling. You're getting hung up. Don't call for no stupid shit like that. But no, that really did happen back in January, where they had an uptick in emergency calls because people were freaking out over TikTok being banned. You can't
legally
need to reevaluate their lives for real.
They really fucking do.
Because going insane.
Fucking take a rain check from social media.
I'm telling you that if you're that invested in social media to where you have to call 911,
go ahead.
You
might as well
you
just
got a
jump on
problem.
the bridge now.
No, go.
And imagine an outage, like, you know what I'm saying?
Journey, please.
Anything can happen nowadays. Like, the whole city could be blacked out, and you fucking mad because you can't get on social media and fucking.
I'm pretty sure out of like maybe thousands of calls in the blackout, somebody's calling because TikTok is out. I promise you, it's got to be at least a couple.
My Wi-Fi is
least.
down. Oh no, I'm gonna commit suicide.
People have called 911 over their Wi-Fi being down. Well, all you gotta do is unplug that shit and plug it back in, or pay your bill. Pay your bill, and maybe you won't have it cut off. I don't know, but no, people. I need. You see, you guys are giving me good ideas for a show. I think we need to do a show either tomorrow on fetishes. I think we're doing a show. If I do a show tomorrow, it's gonna be on fetishes, definitely. Because matter of fact, Bells, do you have any fetishes?
I don't have a fetish. But now that I think about it, I feel like maybe smoking is a fetish for me. Cause
That's more.
it's a
Well,
habit,
see,
definitely.
it's a
We definitely hands down. It's
what?
definitely a habit. But I don't know, like it's something
Hmm.
when the cigarette hit my lip, it's just something like it just fucking relieves me, like, and that's why I haven't quit. I want to quit so bad, but it's just I don't know. I'm addicted.
I quit smoking cigarettes and upgraded to cigars.
Fancy.
It's the fucking
Bougie
same
ass
thing.
chicken nugget. No,
That's like
but
people like, oh, I quit cigarettes, but they still smoking the vape, and it's just like the fuck. You just got an electric cigarette.
yeah, exactly. It's like the military. Like, for example, like especially like in the military, you gotta smoke. But people vape too. But I've seen people who hasn't smoked a cigarette in a minute, and they hit vapes. But as soon as they run out of that vape, they go smoke a cigarette. I've seen it, and I'm like, damn, you must be that stressed out to revert back to cigarettes
Cigarettes are only
because
for
your
the
vape.
field.
feel like
Yes.
if I wanted to quit cigarettes, all I do is have to get a couple of Black and Milds and smoke that, and then
Mm-hmm.
just stop smoking them because it would make me want to stop smoking them. Period. Black and Milds make me want to stop smoking them, but it's just the fact that I really don't like Black and Milds, and if I get pissed off, I'm just definitely all for a cigarette.
It's a
Don't
quick
piss, don't
fix.
piss me
You
right.
know what I
Don't piss
mean?
me off because the cigarette keep me tame. That's what it does. Like whole time.
Yeah.
I don't got
Yeah.
time to go put hands on people. I
Trust
do
me, we
not
had a
have time.
dude. We had a dude that worked with us, and this dude would crash out when he didn't have a cigarette. But when you gave him that cigarette, it was like giving somebody, an angry person, a Snickers. He calmed the fuck down
The
Right,
rhyme
easily.
with Billy.
Yep, he calmed the fuck down quick. But I've seen it. I've seen him crashed out, and you gave him a vape, a hit of a vape or a cigarette, and he was calm. He was cool, But I've never heard anybody have like say they had a fetish for a cigarette. I mean, I've never
I
seen a
mean,
cigarette
it's
fetishized.
because I look when I smoke it, I be looking, I be in the camera with it, like.
Oh, you do
And
one
how
of
I
these things,
look
your
with
legs
it, you know
cross,
what
you're
I'm
like,
saying? I was taking pictures, and so I think it's kind of like
okay, see, that's what I was
when I
thinking.
used to smoke weed, I just like to smoke the idea of the smoke. Like I could, some people could smoke and they don't even know how to exhale it out their nose. Like you know what I'm
This
saying?
is true.
They
This is
don't know.
true.
So I like when I smoke and I see that I could do things like with the smoke, make O's and stuff. It becomes like appealing to me. Like I don't know, but that's just me.
See, I didn't think of it. You can make like people can make smoking cigarettes look sexy, and I guess so they, people kind of get that confidence boost of how they look smoking. They're like, you know what? Yeah, this is why I smoke because I look cool. I look good smoking it. So yeah, now I guess now I'm looking
It's
at it.
brainwashing.
deal in the
Fetishized.
40s.
They brainwashed us into fucking smoking. As
Well, if you
kids.
think about
Smoking
it,
was like a
well, if you-
fashion sense in the 40s.
I was gonna hit on that. 40s and 50s, especially with women, it was sexy, smoking, and for guys, it was a confidence booster and shit like that. And then into the 80s and 90s, and then they had to like
vape.
cut back on that.
Excuse you. I'm stepping on this.
Yes, you are. Yeah, so yeah, it was a different time back then. Now they can't advertise smoking like that
fetish, I
anymore.
don't really have a fetish. Like,
So let me.
Baby.
So
I don't think I have one,
Like
but
the
I have
smell
like
of new
OCD.
tires.
I like to see I like to see shit clean.
I have OCD. That's what is this? Is that a fetish or that's just a habit?
Going out.
what's that? Oh, what was that?
OCD.
OCD.
'Cause I can't stand to see shit fucked up out of place. Everything gotta be in a particular order. Like for me, like
Oh no, that's not a fetish. That's more. I think that's almost like a borderline neurological disorder, or I don't think OCD is
and
a fetish.
it's also not just with things and belongings. It's like with how I move around too, like how I, you know how you are like. By the way, I'm aggressive. Like if you don't see that,
No, no. See, Chucho
Chucho.
would
talk
like
about
that
that
because
earlier. I'm an aggressive girl. Like if I see something wrong and I'm telling you like you know, this is what is wrong, and you know, I get more aggressive because it's like you're making me mad because you don't get it. Like, and
and
it
you know,
has to, you have to understand it. You feel me?
no, I got you. Chucho would love you. He's in the chat too because he said the way you just described yourself, that's the kind of woman he likes. He was like, yeah, I like a woman that's kind of like a wall that's hard to get over, and you sound like right up his alley. He's on the show too. You sound right up his alley. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay. Let me ask you real quick. What's the craziest fetish you heard of someone, like that somebody you knew or whatever? Like, what's the craziest fetish you heard someone have, or that you know that someone has?
I've heard of all type of fetishes, but
Being peed on.
One. Whoa,
no,
nah.
it was the bowel movement one for me. Like it's people out here that like to be shitted on.
Wait, time's out. We're not gonna skip
whoa,
over the skinless
What you
chicken.
say? Wait a minute. Wait, Bells. You said that you know people that like to be pooped on?
Yes.
Oh
But you
no.
know that. But they, you know, they just like they not like us. I can't explain it. Well, I can explain it. They just not like us. Like Kendrick Lamar is saying.
Oh my god. Yo, dude, I don't know what is the of being. I don't get it. Getting
He
pooped
mentioned
on
it,
and
so
peed
I
on?
was like, damn, that is like people do have a fetish of that, and it's just like, why? Is it the smell? Like I don't know.
I
Is
don't
it
know. There's
the
nothing
warm
appealing
feeling?
I
about
would
that.
have left because that's just disgusting, honey.
There's
I would
nothing
have
appealing about that.
blocked, honey.
But
You're blocked.
listen, it happens. Like you said, everybody have their own type of shit. It's dirty.
Oh, they do.
That's some dirty shit. Like
Oh,
straight up
God.
dirty.
Oh.
That's just
That's gonna be.
that's really really
gonna be-
nasty. I can't even
It's gonna be an
imagine.
interesting episode. I don't understand it either. Getting peed on, pooped on.
I want to
don't-
know. I want to know. I wish like we could like build this up a little bit more, like to get people like reeled in on this TikTok, so we can really like have our conversations and engage with like the a broader audience. Like
Oh, that's
people
what I'm
that
enjoying.
is open, right? People that's open and discussing about talking about shit that people don't want to hear or is not into, like.
Well, see, you're in for a real treat because that's what this show does. This show crosses some boundaries, and Skinless will tell you. He will tell you we've crossed because when you go on TikTok, you hear people talk about the usual relationships and politics. I try to it's like a variety show. I try to do something where I talk about things that nobody want to talk about or don't hear on and often or whatever. Like my mind is very complex, and I hear and interpret things so differently, and it translates into the show. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people on here to talk about some shit like skinless chicken nuggets. Like how many people you come across in a day talking about skinless chicken nuggets? Not a lot,
Nobody,
right?
but if you think about the skinless chicken nuggets,
Zero.
like when I first read that and y'all started first talking about it when I got on the line, I looked at it as like maybe he put that like as sexual, like you know what I'm saying, skinless.
Yeah, ain't nothing
like
sexual about a skinless chicken nugget.
like meaning like he is not he's circumcised, like you know what I'm saying.
Oh no.
Well, she figured me out, man. She got me.
Look at your profile picture. I mean, that tells everything.
She liked the
you need a new name. She just ruined it for me. A circumcised chicken. Oh yeah.
I got the hoodie. I got the hoodie.
Oh no! I remember I heard
But I
someone.
don't
This
know
is
what
gonna.
the big deal is about circumcised and uncircumcised.
Ooh, let's go there real quick.
Let's go there real quick, like because as long as you clean,
Like, cause I done had them both. Like, as long as you clean. I'm just being real, like, but as long as you cleaning like your jewel, I don't, and as long as it's big enough, that's what's gonna float my boat. Like, if it's clean and it's big enough, and it's not giving me nothing that I can't get rid of. Fuck.
So when it comes to this, and I've heard different things. For guys, it's a little bit more hygienic, and then you got guys that have the hood on, that can't keep their shit clean. I've heard someone describe a uncircumcised penis as a combo. You ever see the combo crackers with the cheese in the middle? How it looks from the top? Somebody described their shit as looking like a combo, and I thought that was the most disgusting shit I've ever heard. It's a matter of keeping your shit clean. You ever see the combo
Never
cheese
seen
cracker?
how old are you? Oh my goodness.
Combo cheese
They
cracker.
still make combos. Oh, look, you ever seen the combo cheese cracker? Right? You've seen one, right?
It's rolled
And you
up.
look
It's
at
Oh, the squares. They're like
No.
the little
it's-
circles, and you look. It's a
It's
circle
cylinder.
cracker. Yeah,
Cylinder.
and you look at it, and you look at the top of it. It looks like a hooded. Yeah, come on, now. Use your imagination. But anyway, no. When it comes to circumcised, uncircumcised, there's women prefer. There's like some weird preference.
It's like a pig
Some
in a
women-
blanket.
Ew, wow. Yeah, a pig in a blanket. It is exactly what it looked like. I don't know. It's all
But this is the
preference.
thing, like this is the thing when the difference between being circumcised, like yeah, you when you climax, like when you climax, yes, you're gonna grow, like, but when you circumcise and you climax,
Yeah.
that shit be different. It'd be like growing.
Oh.
You were like, damn, like it wasn't even this big, but okay, it's getting some
Yeah,
mighty.
it's kind of like a grow, not a shower, but a grower kind of deal.
Right,
It
it's
looks
just like,
like,
damn, okay,
like a
you
magic
now
mushroom.
you here, now you act all the way up here, like.
Wow. Yeah. Well, see, I think we need to do a show on that because I can imagine the outcome with that. Like Watts, I'm gonna ask you, right? What's your preference when it comes to that, or does it really matter as long as they get the job done?
Don't have a preference. Just gotta be clean.
That's all it comes down to. That's
Exactly.
like most women. Just got to be clean. Doesn't matter. Like it might freak some women out because it looks weird, and then other women are just like, as long as you get the job done and it's clean and we're both good, and that's it, good to go. That would be a funny ass topic. I should ask my wife this. Hey, what is that? Oh, that's actually pretty clever.
I know, right? I thought about it myself.
Oh, she's so innovative. Nah, hey, hon, I'm gonna. So look what she did real quick. The box of tissues. So she's Puerto Rican, so she likes to keep a lot of plastic bags in the drawer that we get from the store. So she ended up putting this as a dispenser in a tissue box, which is
That is
actually
innovative.
That's actually a good idea. I need to go ahead and do that.
yeah, because you know
Wait,
what?
pull one
Like,
out. Let's see how it comes out.
And the
oh yeah, actually, let me demonstrate if I need a bag. Let's see if this actually
you
works.
hold
Because
on to it.
okay, so obviously you hold on to the box.
No, you hold on to this like this, and then you pull it out.
Okay,
Alright.
so
Oh, it wasn't
that
So
actually.
it's
Didn't see it. It was
intertwined
on-
and-
Oh, you do it. Can you demonstrate that again? They didn't see it on the camera. Hold
Oh
on.
my gosh, hold on.
All right.
I gotta roll.
Because that's
this
actually
up
pretty.
again.
Because if you're black or Hispanic, you got a bunch of them bags in your fucking drawer that you either never use or.
Okay,
Right, exactly.
So,
Because you can
it's
put a decent bag
intertwined.
anyway.
it's rolled up. All the bags are rolled up, and they're in. Each bag goes in the other bag handle. You just hold on to the rolled bag thing, and you pull it out. And then once you pull it out, the other bag loops is up.
It'd be good to go.
So I got 2 loops in here.
That's very
Give you
That's
1
a
million,
All the
20%.
bags everything has top drawer are
Yeah.
inside here.
I'm telling you because she
as
has a
a-
bunch of bags in the drawer.
But as a black woman, and that lived in New York back in the day when the plastic bags was a thing in New York, it was like we had all of the bags for no fucking reason because we would just use the mold bags, the paper bags to carry our shit that we needed. We wasn't using them plastic bags for shit.
Hell no. And
I
they be all
got a
stacked
closet
up.
full of them right now, and they just sitting there, honey.
Right, we wasn't
you wanna-
using them. We don't even use them.
You want to hear something even crazy? You know
Like,
how you
throw
buy
them
those
shits out.
You know how you buy those reusable bags? So my wife went to the supermarket, and you know how they sell you the reusable bags? Do you know we buy them shits, bring them home, and we never bring them to the store? So there's a stack of those shits sitting with the plastic bags. And I'm like, what do we buy this for? We don't ever bring
feel
them to
that.
the store.
Because I got
Right.
like 3 or 4 of them, and I don't take them back to the store.
You see what I mean? That shit blows my mind. It blows my mind.
I'm just
I swear to
spinning
Because
God.
you forget them. That's the thing. Like when you buy them reusable bags, you forget to put them in their car. Like you don't brought get them. Get down.
Yeah, it's like one of those set it and forget it things. That's why we got a whole fucking stack of them. But here we've been using them because
Now
we
you
just
got
moved
it.
in here. We don't have like we've been using them to bring because they do like a lot of recycling here, so we do use those bags every damn day. But yeah, back in our last spot, it was just there. Or sometimes you got the little trash can in your bathroom and you just put the bag in one of those things, and that's you could use it there too. So just gotta make use of them. It's just be so much, but damn,
It's
we're
like
almost.
what you could always. This is what you could use them for, I guess. Bagging your lunch when you gotta go to
You
work.
can.
Bagging
You
your other
can.
bags.
Bagging your bags on bags. Oh, I just got an update. I just got some news that came in that President Trump just extended the TikTok deadline. Yeah, it just came in as news on my phone. He just extended TikTok for another 75, 90 days. Look, they keep bullshit. Just don't fuck with the app. You know it's not going anywhere.
Isn't that Elon sold
Ain't what you
X?
call it? What's the guy's name now on Amazon? Ain't he trying to buy it?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos. It's Jeff Bezos, but yes, he put in a last minute bid to buy Amazon, and you know why he's doing that, right? He doesn't give a fuck about the chats, anything. It's the marketplace TikTok has. He will have a monopoly on TikTok.
Right. Oh
If
yeah,
was
he would. Yes, he would.
selling Amazon products on TikTok, the man would. That's why he wants to buy that shit. He doesn't give a shit about censorship and all that. He just wants another outlet for his business through TikTok. Listen, TikTok's not going anywhere.
Which is very smart. Like,
It is. It really is. But I don't know if that's going to lie in the lines of monopoly or whatever. But it is a very smart idea to take over the TikTok shop because everybody loves the TikTok shop. You know what I mean? You
I
can
haven't
buy
bought
anything on
anything
it.
from TikTok shop. I don't trust it.
I bought. You
Nah,
know what
see-
I bought from TikTok shop?
What'd you buy?
All right, you know the wax, the ear cleaner.
The little water thing?
No, I wish it had the water with it. Like that's all it was, like the camera with it in the air.
Oh, they had that on
Wax
here?
out. Yeah.
Shit, I never
Boy,
seen
I
that. But
was
it's,
tempted. I was like, I want to see what my ears look like on the inside. But they was
Did it
squeaky
work?
clean. Because
So I guess
what I do was I use peroxide with the toothpaste. But they was lying like just pushing the wax in there. I'm like, my ears are clean, and they was
Oh.
dirty ass people's ears on the TikTok.
Oh.
That's why I brought it. I'm like, hold up, if they are ear look like that, even though I clean mine and just pushing the wax back, how my ear look in the inside? That's why I brought it.
Exactly. And see, that just made Skinless Chicken's point more valid not to buy shit on there.
I don't even use it.
I buy stuff from TikTok shop all the time.
Is it the stuff you buy actually work?
It's like stuff you can eat. Like
Oh,
those
okay.
little different snacks and stuff they be having.
Skinless chicken.
That little thing that you gotta eat.
No, there's no chicken nuggets on there, Skinless. I doubt it. And
Yeah,
if they are,
definitely
they're
not no
probably,
skinless chicken nuggets on there, honey. Wrong
I feel like
place.
that's gonna be like some weird running gag on this show. We're gonna get people. I promise you, there's gonna be people that come on this show and be like, they're gonna ask about who the Skinless Chicken Nugget guy is, and that's not for me to tell. He's just on the show. You know what I mean?
And it ain't
But yeah,
for me to tell either, even though I know who it is.
I really don't
Your
know
secret-
who you are because I don't come on here that much. But I'm trying with my.
Oh, don't worry. In due time, we'll find out. You'll find out who he is, though. But you just know that he is one of the co-hosts and executive producers on the show. So he's on here
don't know
quite
who.
often. Whenever he gets a notification, because
They think they know, but they don't know.
well, we know that you're a chicken nugget with a smirk on your face. That much we do know. We will take that for now. But yeah, and let me know if you guys are not getting notifications for this show because it seems to be hit or miss. Some people get notifications and other people don't get notifications, and it's not me. I think that's just TikToking. You know what I mean? So
I never
I guess
know
we'll
when
see.
you're on here. I just happened to go on TikTok and I saw that you was live, and I was like, okay, let me see what the show is about.
Could it be like time
Gotcha.
zone? Is that why?
What's that?
Could it be like your time zones? Like it's not recognizing you're online.
It's
Over here.
possible, but I think though I had this issue I think back in the States too, but it could be very much the timeline because I am like a whole day ahead of you guys and 12 hours ahead kind of deal. And it might have something to do with it. I think so. So what I'll just start doing is just sending out notifications because people getting notified is hit or miss, and there are people that do miss the show, and then there's people that do catch it if they're scrolling or whatnot. But that I don't know. But I'll try to figure it out. Damn, we almost hit 2 hours on this show. I haven't done a show this long in a while. I haven't done a show in like a while. 2 hours. The longest show went over 3 hours one time, and we had everybody on that show. That was the most hilarious shit I think we've ever done on the show. We had everybody on
Christmas, right?
No, it was. I gotta find that episode. It wasn't that long ago. And Love was on that show. Chico was on the show. We had everybody on that show. It was 3 to 3.5 hours long. That was the funniest shit. But before I wrap this up, I got like 5 more minutes. We got anything else before we go? I do appreciate you guys staying on here for a minute. I know you guys got other things to do, and I don't want to hold everybody up on their weekend. So we got any last minute stuff about circumcised penises or Chick-fil-A sauce or
What's the equivalent
something?
for female for circumcised penises? Like, what's the equivalent to that for female?
What are you talking about? A circumcised female? Do you know what that is? No, trust me, you don't want to know what that is. In
Is that a
fact,
thing?
it's illegal. Yeah, it is, and it's very illegal.
What?
And yeah, you don't want to. It's a long story. I'll get more into that, but I ain't gonna get into
I
it
never
here.
even heard of nothing like that. But
Yeah,
I-
okay, I'll give.
I'm sorry.
I'll give you. So it's not something that's by choice that's happening in certain countries in Africa. That's something I'll tell you. It's not by choice that there are girls getting mutilated, not by choice, getting their clits snipped off. That's basically what that is.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not getting into. That's what that is. So yeah, female circumcision is not a thing. And if you hear
That
about it,
sounds
it's illegal.
painful. Very,
It
very
sounds,
painful.
and it's irreversible. That is a thing, and it's done illegally and by force. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
But why they clipping it off?
I wish I could get more into detail about it. Huh?
To keep the lips closed?
No, it's to take any sexual desire away from women. Because without clitoral stimulation, you know what I mean, a woman is not going to be fully pleasured. It's another way of keeping. It's another way of control, and it's unfortunate it's happening in certain countries, war-ravaged countries in Africa. Now you're probably gonna ask me, how do I know about this? My mind never stays idle. I research everything and I learn about everything. So when he brought it up, I was like, oh, we're not going to talk about that because it is not a legal procedure. I've never heard anybody in the States even get this procedure because why would anybody want something, a female? I've heard of vaginal reconstruction, to become a virgin again or make it tight again, but I've never heard of a female circumcision done legally. I don't even think doctors were even practicing it.
You know what's so crazy? If women want they vaginal tighter, stop having sex. It'll get dead. You just got
Yeah, it literally will tighten itself back up.
right. You have
You
to
can't be-
to get that done. You doing a little bit too much.
Yeah, but see, they because it's like, okay, it's like a woman that's like, yo, I've had a body count of 50 guys, but I want to be a virgin again. It doesn't matter. You already, even if you close it back up to virginity status, you've already had 50 guys in there already, so you are no longer a virgin regardless.
Right.
I don't ever understand that. Why? It's elastic. It tightens itself back up. Let it do its shit naturally. Maybe if you stop letting every subway train roll through that motherfucker during rush hour, maybe you'll close back up. I'm just saying. Oh man, but I don't know. There are women that
That's
do.
like that and like abortion. Like it's like that's like similar roadways. Like you know that every time you get pregnant, like you know you don't want a child, but you having sex way
Yeah.
too often, and it keeps on happening, and you keep on going to the clinic. Like
I hate to interrupt, but I'm finna get off of here.
All right, Watts. I appreciate
Talk
it.
to y'all
Thanks.
on here tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely will do a show tomorrow, and it will be on fetishes. I think that's gonna be an
Okay, I'll be
interesting
on
show. All right, we'll see if we get Chico on here too. Hopefully he's not working tomorrow.
All right.
We'll see. All right, appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you later.
All right, later, no problem.
Later. Yeah, it's my time to go too. It's only 2 more minutes and 2 hours. Yeah, I think we've been on here too long.
Like, but it's just that be the whole thing when people be like, oh, abortion. Some women want abortion to be like my body, my choice. Like when you out here running rampant and fucking just laying down. You might as well just get your food pod, something like that should
But you
be
know,
your
people want to
choice
have.
too.
But people want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to have the ability to do it, but they don't want. They want the ability to have a kid, but they want to do what they want to do, but they don't want to mess that opportunity or that equipment down there to have a kid. But you're absolutely right. I mean, my body, my choice. Yeah. But the thing is like you let it keep happening, and you know, after you get a certain amount of those procedures done, it could destroy your chance of even
Right,
having any more
exactly,
kids.
exactly,
So, like, are you really risking it? Just be smart, be a little bit abstinent, take some fucking time off, and
exactly.
whatever.
We definitely
Like,
should talk about that. That should be
oh
a
yeah,
conversation.
oh yeah,
Um,
that's gonna be a controversial one, I'm sure, because you know people are gonna have
I'm
their
not even
beliefs.
talking about like the abortion thing. I think I kind of like rub what's her name, Alexa.
About the, oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, I don't
hopefully,
know.
and
She
then
just jumped off like I kind of think I rubbed her the wrong way, but it's just like come on, like because I know people that had a multi-abortion, like more than you know what I'm saying. Like you're doing a bit too much out here.
yeah, yeah, and it's true. I've known people who've done it, and I've known people who ran around and they kept their responsibility. They kept their result. In other words, they didn't go and do that. They were just like, they're mine. You know, even if the baby father's not around, they're mine. That kind
That's
of deal.
like
But yeah,
that's like I was telling my daughter earlier. I was like my grandmother. She was like for everybody. She had 6 kids by 6 different maybe dads. Okay, she
mm-hmm.
wasn't she wasn't playing her cards right.
Yeah.
You know
See,
what I'm saying?
no, I got you. When you're in that moment, you don't know what's going on. But then after a while, the thing is about life too, real quick, is that we grow up. We have to do dumb shit. We have to make mistakes. You would think in this day and age and how far we gotten in humanity that we've learned from all the mistakes everybody else did, but we're still doing it. That's why with certain shit, I can't feel sympathy for what
Called
people do. Like
insanity.
what? Huh?
If you do the same thing over and over again, like knowing
Yeah,
the result of it, it's called insanity. It's like the
Right,
I
difference.
like
bet.
right, like you.
Yeah,
Why are you not trying to be better, a better person, and making your choice, your choices is with that is in the wrong fucking place. Like one, you're not making the right choices. Like,
right. See, I think what it comes down to too is that we have this mentality of it can't happen to us. Because it happened to somebody else, it won't happen to us. And I think that's the reason why people do the shit they do because they don't think that it could go bad for them. They don't ever think of the result because everybody think they could get over on certain shit or get over on another person, and it doesn't happen to them, and then it does happen to them. That's why we keep doing the same shit over and over again. Drugs are bad. Sleeping around is bad. But why you do it? You should have learned from generations what was the result of that, but we still do it, and it's because
right,
we think it's not gonna happen to us until it does, and it's too late. So,
right.
yep. So, anyway, we just hit 2 hours, people. Skinless Chicken, Bells, everybody on here, Chucho, everybody that stopped by, Watts. Thank you all for joining this show. We have hit 2 hours. It's the first time for this season, and I haven't done a 2 hour show in a while. But that's how it usually goes. It's usually just an hour. But sometimes conversations, everything gets so going, keeps going like this roundtable episode. It keeps going. And then, like I said, it could go to 2, 3 hours. 3 hours is a little bit excessive, but if we got something good to talk about, I don't mind it. But today I got to go out and I got some things to do. So, Bells, I do appreciate you stopping by, Skinless Chicken, and everybody else. Tomorrow will definitely be an episode. I haven't even done the episode scheduling yet, but I know for a fact I want to do one tomorrow. It's going to be on
What
fetishes, so that
time?
should be
It's the
fun.
morning for you, so same time for us.
Same time, yep. Well, that's the thing about the weekends is that it's easier for me to do it at this time in the morning when I'm not working, that I can reach my core prime audience. So yeah, it will be around the same time for you guys tomorrow between 5 and 9 Central Time, and then of course, Bells, you're on the East Coast. So yeah,
Well,
just
it's the
around the
weekend,
same
right?
time.
So like,
Huh?
it's the weekend over there, right?
Yeah, it's
So
Saturday morning.
like around
Yeah,
11 o'clock should be like
should
mm, almost
should
noon
be
for
about.
us or something.
Oh, no, 11 o'clock in the morning for us would be almost 9, 10 o'clock at night for you guys, I believe.
What the fuck?
So yeah, so this is the prime time. This is the best time for me to do the show while reaching you guys is on the weekends or random weekdays off, where I can go ahead and knock that out. But anyway, I will be on tomorrow same time. Thank you everybody for joining on the show. I had a lot of fun, very informative stuff. And again, we will do this again next time. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we'll do this again next time. Later. See you later. Have a good one. Peace out.
Auf Wiederheißen.
Oh yeah, we're not doing that. See you later.